The big surprise cameo for Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Big deal struck between Sony and Netflix.
And an update on the Paramount Pictures movie slate.
All right, so welcome back to the Weekly Cut. As usual, I'm joined by Connor and Brad.
Yes.
Good evening.
That was me, Brad, saying yes.
Any, it seems to be a new thing now. Any motivational thing you want to say to start the episode?
Everything's open again, so yes.
Yes.
To be honest, I'm not feeling very motivational. I'm stressed from Friday from that news bombardment. I'd been waiting for this new chicken place in Calvin, all that told me about, and I was like, I'm going to order it. And you know what Sean put in the group chat?
Yeah.
So I ordered it. I was so excited. Then all that started happening, and we'll get into the news if you're thinking what you're talking about. But
we will be talking about news, by the way.
That was ridiculous.
Yes. Yeah.
It was about 6 pieces of must post now news.
I'm sure it was like the week before, because I texted you going, I've just got a Chinese. It's just turned up.
That's what I was thinking about, yeah. The stress.
How was the chicken?
It actually was up to the, to be fair, the hype lived up.
Okay, well, chicken aside, we will be talking about news. We've got news from Marvel, Star Wars, some DC, and some other general news. Fresh. And then we're going to have a look at, firstly, Brad's thoughts on what even was that film called?
Thunder Force.
It's
not going to be in depth. It's going to be one word, shit. But we'll go on.
We'll dedicate about 30 seconds to it. And then afterwards, we're going to have a look at Falcon and Winter Soldier and Invincible, as we're about halfway through both, or just over halfway on Falcon and Winter Soldier. But anyway, let's crack off. Let's crack on.
That's a new segment we're bringing.
Cracking off.
Let's crack on with some Marvel news. So this seems to be slightly debunked, but we'll talk about it anyway. So obviously, Into the Spider-Verse 2 is it's in production. Well, I don't know if it's in production actually yet, but it's happening.
Yeah.
We know it's happening. And there was a strong rumor the other day with the 90s animated Spider-Man. So, that's the one. No, keep going. So it's a very good animated show. I think everyone from the 90s and even afterwards now it's on Disney Plus, so people were loving it again. But the rumor was the 90s Spider-Man is now going to be Into the Spider-Verse, which makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
That's about right. And even backed up by the rumor that the original guy who voiced Peter Parker Spider-Man in that 90s show was in talks to return for this. So firstly, Brad's got more of affiliation with this show. Would you want to see this?
100%. Yeah. It's the best. It's probably my favourite animated. It's not a great, category in fairness, animated shows with Marvel.
Yeah.
But that is up there. That and the X-Men is pinnacle in terms of Marvel animation.
Is that where the classic meme comes from?
No, that's even before that. That's like
I think that's 60s.
Yeah, it's a really old, old.
The pointing one.
Yeah, that's well before that. I think that is like you said, 60s or 70s, where I haven't watched the episode, I've seen clips of it where he's basically webbing around and it's like literally just webs off the screen, and in the background is just a revolving load of skyscrapers. It just keeps on going by. They're all weird colours like greens and orange and stuff. Anyway, it'd be good to see.
Great voice as well.
They're gonna have to throw some more in, aren't they? It's what the film's going to need. But apparently it's been debunked. But as Brad said before he even started, of course the voice actor is going to deny it.
Yeah.
If something gets found out,
it's only him as well. Was it Christopher Daniel Barnes? It's only him that's said this. Like done a video going, I ain't had any talks with Sony. But as Craig said, like that's it.
Yeah.
No official. Of course he's going to say that.
Yeah, he has to.
Yeah. I think we'll all like to see it. Like you said, the animated X-Men and Spider-Man was what we grew up with. It was they were the good shows and some cracking theme tunes. So everyone knows the X-Men one before, even if they haven't watched it.
Yeah.
But anyway, so another bit of nostalgia. Daredevil, the Netflix series, was it April 10th? Was 6 years ago it aired. I cannot believe it's been 6 years.
Yeah, 6 years.
That's mad. Which obviously means, as we said before, the rights are now back with Marvel. He needs to be included in this. Everyone wants Charlie Cox back. I would have no problem with him coming back at all. He's fucking brilliant. What did you think of the Daredevil series?
Oh, it's brilliant. It's the best one they made out of all the Netflix ones.
Yeah. Brad?
Nothing more. I think I've said it to you loads of times. I don't think...
People are recording this and they don't
know.
Yeah,
true, I'm not going to say that, actually. I don't think you'll ever get a superhero show like that. I think that was the top mark. You're not going to beat that. From everyone, from Kingpin to Charlie Cox to even Madame Gao, for God's sake. Everyone in it was perfect.
Yeah, I'm desperate to see Kingpin somewhere again.
Yeah.
Well, we'll talk about it in a bit because got a lot of comments and we'll go through them.
Yeah.
But anyway, Yeah, I think it was just such a change from what we'd seen. Because when that had come out, so 6 years ago would have been 2015, so that would have been around about Civil War sort of time with the film. So by the time you switch over to this, and then you had that, and it was Daredevil, and it was very violent, very dark. It was an interesting new side, and then it all got wiped out and doesn't count anymore. So,
well, it's like you said, wasn't it? So was it 2015 then? So that's Age of Ultron, isn't it? So you would have had...
No, it's 14. So 15 Civil War.
So you would have had, all those big... So Age of Ultron before, then Civil War, those big magnified battles, and then down to this nitty-gritty street fighting. Oh,
that's what we like.
God,
right?
It was good. Yeah. Sorry,
I mean, it took it too far with Iron Fist, but...
way too far.
But the Punisher series was good.
Yeah, it was
he was very good in Daredevil. I think he was series 2 when he came in, bring John Bernthal back all day long. So the next little bit of news, not set photo, it was a photo of Oscar Isaac and Ethan Hawke in Budapest, they're both signed up to play Moon Knight. It was rumoured a while ago that it's going to start filming in April. It looks like that's on track. And Brad, you showed us the video. Do you want to have a talk about that?
Yeah, it was just, we've seen one previously. I remember we was watching Snyder Cut at the time, and then this little video dropped of Oscar Isaac. And I don't know about you, I've seen loads of films of him, but he's never really showed like hand-to-hand action, close quarter and that. And then that was a cool little video, about 30 seconds, but this was about 2 minutes long or something like that. And it was just so... The choreograph, it was great, but just Oscar Isaac as his ability to do this I thought it was amazing, personally.
Really cool.
I don't know what you call that, Krav Maga? What is it?
It looked like, some people were saying it's like a collection of different martial arts styles or whatever, but we don't know. I just about know what karate is, let alone do anything else to do with it. But if you want to check it out, I haven't mentioned this up top, so at Weekly Cut on Instagram and on Twitter, and we post all the stuff there, and the videos are there as well. So it looked good. Obviously, some people said that it could be for Metal Gear because he's been cast obviously as Snake. Fine. I don't care what it's for. He looks good. He looks good as it, doesn't it? So
they're transferable skills. I think. Take it from the other.
Yeah, exactly. But it's quite good to see, and because he wasn't even slowed down either. Like he was fast. No. It was like you know what I mean. So it's good to see a lead actor actually be able to do that stuff because most of the time it is quite slowed down. I mean, the only other example I have is Chris Evans and Sebastian Stan from Winter Soldier. They practiced that, the knife flicky fight and whatever for a while, and that was done at real time. So it looked good. It always looks a bit wafty when you see someone else come into it. Like there's a few Black Widow scenes from the MCU where it's clearly someone else.
Yeah.
He did that spinning leg thing. And it's not her. But anyway.
She should have learned to do it.
She should have learned to do it. You're right. But he looked cool doing that. It looks like Moon Knight's underway. We've got now a little What If poster come out. So the animated Disney Plus show. The trailer looked good from a while back. I'm not actually sure when it's coming out. I think it's summer. I think it's meant to be summer this year. Looked good. There was a little poster. It says underneath it now, Guardians of the Multiverse, which is obviously what this is. It's different versions. Sort of leads people, some people commenting already that obviously the Doctor Strange sequel we spoke about before is all about the multiverse. Is this a tie-in? No, it's not. It's not a tie-in. They've said this is just a separate thing. Marvel Comics have done this for years. It's where the whole zombie stuff comes from. So, looks good. Quite interested to see a different side of each thing. What we got? We got Peggy Carter as Captain America.
Yeah.
And
T'Challa's his last role, Chadwick Boseman. I think it's confirmed. It's Star-Lord, isn't it?
Yeah. So you got T'Challa, Star-Lord version. Yondu's back. Michael Rooker's back as him.
I'll tell you, I can't wait for anything he's in. Jeffrey Wright is the voice of the Watcher.
Yes. Yeah.
God, I can't wait for him to see him in the Batman as Gordon. But just brilliant. I'm really excited for this.
Yeah, it'd be good.
So am I, yeah.
The animation looks really good. Obviously, we've just got Invincible. We'll talk about in a bit, but that's more classic style animation. This seems a bit computer generated style as well. So looks good. Looking forward to that. There was a so we'll talk about this now, the R-rated Deadpool thing. So there's a rumor going about again that I say again because a little bit of backstory. There was a before Disney bought Fox, there was a R-rated Deadpool series in the works. There was even a clip leaked of it. So I think they was going down the same route as don't get this cancelled. Let's go with it like they did with a Deadpool film basically. And it was Donald Glover in the voice. Looked good, sounded good. The action was quite good. But now it's rumoured, now obviously Disney own it, that, that there's an R-rated Deadpool animation show on the way, and with Ryan Reynolds voicing it, so yeah.
I hope it's true. I hope they've picked that back up. I think we said in our sort of little podcast group chat, because we're sad, but now's a very good time to do something like this, an R-rated. Look at Invincible. No one knew that show, and that's, we'll talk about it later, that's doing very well in popularity as well as everything else. So animation seems to be revitalised a little bit.
Yeah,
so if you're going to do
I think so, yeah.
R-rated Deadpool, I think you'll get a lot of people on board, and with Ryan Reynolds voiced.
Yeah, it'll be fun in animation.
Yeah.
Ryan Reynolds.
I think it'd be a bit odd though if we're doing an animated Deadpool with Ryan Reynolds voicing it, as well as, because obviously Deadpool 3 is confirmed to be being done and in the MCU, so it might be a bit odd to have to do that. I think they should have just stuck with Donald Glover.
Yeah.
Have you seen that clip I'm talking about?
I haven't seen it, no.
Have you seen it?
I imagine he'd be very good. He's got a great voice.
It was a bit like, the clip was like in a shipyard. Do you remember that little animated... It wasn't animated, it was from the Batman Arkham games, or Batman and Deathstroke.
Yes,
You know
right.
what I mean? It was sort of like that.
Oh, God, bloody
It
hell.
looked good. Obviously, some funny quips.
Yeah.
But that's good. And then what people was all waiting for, released the Zemo cut. So, unlike DC, we didn't wait 2 years or 3 years for when... No, 4 years, wasn't it, from when Justice League came out. So there was a alleged thing that I think it was Daniel Bruhl said that there was a lot of dancing recorded, and only it was about 30, not even 30 seconds, I don't think, in the show, which everyone loved. It was a funny little moment. It was quite good. His explanation for it was obviously he's been trapped up in prison for so long, so he'd want to go out and dance. I make him right. Yeah, why not? If you're in a bar, in your club, whatever. So Marvel Studios took this on, and I say fair play to him, because they released the actual clip, which is not even a minute really, was it? But then they also went a step further and released an hour-long version of it on YouTube, which is basically the same clip over and over again for a whole hour. But you have to give props to them, fair play.
That was clever.
I think someone went a step further and done a 10-hour version as well. Some random person.
Someone will have watched it out there. Someone will have.
They will. But yeah, no, it's funny. Fair play to him do it. I think that is a slight dig at DC and Warner Brothers as well. Yeah, someone said it, but it was more of a joke. We're still getting stuff now commenting saying we saw the Snyderverse. There was one today. I think it was on the Boba Fett post, but I'm sure it was. It was one of them.
Current.
The rest of Marvel stuff I think we'll talk about, because they all involve Falcon and Winter Soldier. So we'll hold off until we have to do that. A little bit of Star Wars news. I say a little bit. Kenobi beard. The beard is back. It was an unusual post to get so many likes. I think it's up over 2,000 now, maybe 3,000. I haven't checked, but it was just simply a picture of Ewan McGregor with his beard back, and people seem to really like it.
Don't know what to say.
To be honest, what I'll say on this is I loved it seeing that. So obviously, me and Connor are not. Are you? Would you call yourself a Star Wars fan, Con?
I like it. I wouldn't call myself a fan, but I like it. I watch films.
So then Craig's up there, Star Wars fan. I would call myself a Star Wars fan, but not like adore. I'm not like where I love DC and Marvel. I don't love Star Wars, but I do. I'm a Star Wars fan. But what I loved about this is because, don't get me wrong, Luke Skywalker, incredible. Like, I know how iconic he is, but the reason I become, as I just said, a Star Wars fan was the prequels, regardless of people think they're shit or not. The prequel trilogy I'm talking about. So Kenobi Star Wars to me. That's why I'm really excited for this.
Yeah.
Because Ewan McGregor, when I think Star Wars, I think Liam Neeson, Ewan McGregor. So I cannot wait.
I can get on board with Ewan McGregor. Liam Neeson, no. He's got about half-hour film time in the first.
I loved him.
He has a lot of fans.
He is, for me, again, like you say, he dies right at the end, but as a Jedi, he's up there. I love him.
It's you're right. You're bang on with what you're saying, because the prequels is very much our era, because it was all released the 90s. So well, I think the first one was 99. I think it might have been Phantom Menace, but anyway. So yeah, you're right. So a lot of people are going to go on and like Ewan McGregor. I think a lot of people liked him they certainly liked him a lot more than Hayden Christensen. I'll tell you that. Death threats a lot. But yeah, so it looks good.
Can I ask you something quickly on it? Sorry.
No.
Okay, I'll just leave. I put it up on our social on Twitter. I saw something which, I've just mentioned Qui-Gon Jinn because clearly I'm a fan. But
I know what you're going to say.
Is this likely or no?
Yeah, absolutely. So do you want to explain? Because
you're probably.
I'm just looking at
I put it on Twitter, but you're probably better to explain. So
yeah, basically, it comes down to the fact that Qui-Gon Jinn teaches Obi-Wan how to communicate with the dead, like the past Jedis and stuff like that. And like in the originals and that, they have the Force Ghosts and all stuff like that. So he teaches him that. And it's usually about 10 years after the events of Revenge of the Sith. This Kenobi series seems to be set, well, I think it was confirmed actually, it is 10 years afterwards, which is good for a couple of reasons. It gives obviously baby Luke Skywalker a bit of time to grow up. Obviously, he'll be 10 years old, so he's going to be needing looking after and stuff, which is what his primary goal is, really. But yeah, what Brad's alluding to is the appearance of Qui-Gon Jinn in this, even a Force Ghost or voices or something. I definitely think so. There was an interview with Liam Neeson not that long ago, maybe last year sometime, and he said he'd be open to
getting a parcel. What? You're getting a parcel. Yeah.
So before I was rudely interrupted, you can leave this in, don't got to edit now. So there was an interview with Liam Neeson not so long ago, maybe last year, and he said he'd be very up for coming back. I don't see why you wouldn't do it. Makes sense.
Would be strange if he wasn't, I think. Yeah. So I'd love that.
Because it's like a power in the Star Wars universe that only the grandest of Jedis know how to do. So Yoda, Luke Skywalker, Qui-Gon Jinn, they all managed to do it. Out of breath.
And also, he's going to be pretty bored in Tatooine.
Yeah.
Because obviously the kid's just growing up. We know from A New Hope he has a boring life, really, Luke Skywalker. So
the moisture farmer. That's his job.
There you go then.
Yeah.
So you'd think Obi-Wan needs a little bit of communication with the old Qui-Gon Jinn or something.
Bit of spice.
Yeah, a bit of spice.
I mean, there's definitely going to be hijinks in this series. He's not going to just be sitting there in a desert watching him. But I think it's entirely possible. I think that's a good move, to be fair.
I really would like that.
He is although only having a tiny amount of time in the actual prequels, he's quite a fan favourite.
I don't know why I sort of... don't get me wrong, Obi-Wan Kenobi's my favourite, but I don't know why I'm so drawn. I just really, I don't know, it sounds really stupid, but I really connected with his character.
Yeah.
So it's just something about it.
No, you're right, yeah. I think he will come back, and I think it makes sense. So
hopefully you see him trim his beard as well. I really want to see that.
That's the first two episodes.
If anything, he's just got to get older and greyer with the beard.
Yeah, true.
Which is a bit weird, because he's got to go from, it's what people always laugh about, because obviously Luke Skywalker's going to be 10 years old in this. I think it's roughly he's about 15 or 16 years old maybe 8. I think he's between.
Facts right.
He's between. I know people are going to come for it. He's between about 16 and 18 in A New Hope.
Broad gap.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
No, the reason I say it, I'll tell you why it's a broad gap. He's between 16 and 18, which means that Ewan McGregor's now got to go from looking like a 40-year-old-ish geezer to Alec Guinness, original Obi-Wan, in the space of 6 years. Do you know what I mean? So he's got an age terribly in about 6 to 8 years.
Yeah, right.
But it'd be good to see. Obviously, the Falcon, Winter Soldier, Mandalorian, WandaVision shows that Disney Plus can do these shows well, can't they? So it's going to look good. Moving on from that, another Star Wars one, the Book of Boba Fett, the spin-off from Mandalorian that's coming out in December at some point, if it comes out. We never know anymore. It seems to have been confirmed, so don't take this as like actual confirmation. But Din Djarin, so Pedro Pascal will feature, which just makes sense, really, doesn't it? Fan favourite Timothy Oliphant as Cobb Vanth.
Nice.
Should be back. Bill Burr as Mayfeld should be back as well. He was sort of just left in that second series when he just like go live your life, basically.
Yeah.
And then Grief Karga is back as well, so it all makes sense. So basically, this is just series 3 of The Mandalorian, really,
with a different name,
yeah.
Well, that is a cracking fivesome.
Yeah.
If you used to, because don't get me wrong, I know how big Boba Fett is, but me personally, I won't be, and you're probably going to be like me, Con. I'm not like, I can't wait for this.
No, yeah.
So, but if you give all those Timothy O and all those are in there, I'll give that a proper good watch. It might, for the casual viewers, I think you'll need the star power of Pedro and Timothy maybe, but that's all.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, I think we spoke about it before, but just briefly, Boba Fett in the originals doesn't really do much at all. He just dies stupidly, and he's meant to be the most feared bounty hunter. And they sort of repaired that in Mandalorian Series 2. When he comes back and he absolutely tore through that group of stormtroopers. And that.
Knee rockets.
Yeah. That's an outfit that has a weapon for every need. So sort of repaired that, and I think this is going to go further into that. Why he's this revered bounty hunter. So, and now he's like basically king of Tatooine as well. So, I was about to say something silly then, but don't worry about it. So yeah, that's it for Star Wars. So who wants to take over?
Con, do you fancy it?
Yeah, I'll go. Speaking of series, might as well keep on the trend.
Segue, I love it.
Yeah, Netflix are got the first trailer of Jupiter's Legacy.
Yes.
Which is the superhero series that's coming out. What was your thoughts on that? I'll give you my thoughts afterwards. I'll give you my thoughts now.
No.
Okay. I'll give you my thoughts now.
That's the options.
When I saw it, I thought, it looks good. It looks movie quality in terms of budget, but it's probably not going to be a bit of me. Because it's very, very heavy in superheroes.
It's extremely superhero. That's Mark Miller. But yes, extremely.
Yeah. So you excited for it?
For me, that just looked like it's not. I know it's not R-rated. I don't think anyway, but it looked like a R-rated in inverted commas kick-ass. Just looks like a world I wouldn't mind exploring.
Yeah,
and the song choice was fantastic. But yeah, it's all I've got to read. I'm not saying I can't wait for this, but the cast has intrigued me a little bit, and. Obviously, I didn't know at the time. You told me about that a few episodes back that this is Mark Miller's story and comic, etc.
Yeah.
And so that's excited me. And yeah, I just thought the trailer was really colourful, and I like the idea they're expanding from all different timelines. So from when they were younger and in their full power to now, when the world's not really, thankful for them. I'm quite intrigued by it. Yeah, I'll be honest.
Craig,
I thought it looked boring.
I got that vibe.
I just thought it looked a bit boring. I have no attachment to it. I haven't seen. None of us have the comics. Is it either comic? Yeah, I have no affiliation to it. It helped a little bit that Josh Duhamel's in it. Like you said, the cast is pretty good. But yeah, I thought it looks a bit boring.
Yeah,
not really.
I can see
why
bothered. It's very Marmite from what I'm seeing on the. Cause I'm following that Mark Miller on Twitter. And your comments are a little 50-50 on it. Yeah. So I completely see why people...
The trailer looked quite spectacular in terms of, like you said, it's quite colourful. The visuals look quite good. But I don't know. I
still didn't think it did. Because the bit at the end where they're fighting what looks like some sort of robot man looks very CW to me.
I must admit, I got a little... I thought it looked... It was the punch...
Yeah,
when he punched the exploding like metal thing on his chest, it looked a bit. I did actually think CW in my head, so it's funny you should say that. But yeah, I like I say, all the costumes. I think they're meant to be like that because that's what like kick-ass and stuff. They're meant to be colourful and a bit weird. But yeah, so I'm definitely. I'm not saying this is going to be a banger. I'm very, very intrigued though. I must be honest.
Yeah, I think it's going to have to be really good though.
Yeah,
because no one knows anything of it. Like Invincible. It has its own fans, but that's drawn in us, which we know nothing of. And this, we know nothing of, so it needs to be top draw.
Yeah. If you have no idea what we're talking about, we posted it on our social, the trailer at Weekly Cut, so go have a look.
Yeah.
And that's no
fault. And there's some comments on there as well. I think a lot of them were boring.
Yeah.
Well, again, we said it just to touch on, we said it about Invincible. You're asking a lot to come into the superhero saturated Hollywood at the minute. So you've got, as Craig just said, you've got to make it good.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I know Mark Miller is renowned, so we should probably get something decent, but we'll see. But yeah, you're risking it coming in at the minute with superheroes.
In competition. Yeah. Some quick BAFTA roundup, because BAFTAs were last night. Usual reflection of the Oscars as well. Nomadland dominated, really. They won Best Film, Best Director Chloe Zhao, and leading actress Frances McDormand all took away the BAFTA.
Cool. Chloe Zhao's going to need a bigger shelf, isn't she? For those awards this year, Jesus.
Yeah,
if only she would have done this first, she could have demanded a massive paycheck from Marvel.
yeah. And she'll probably win the Oscar as well, but we'll see.
Most likely.
Animated film, Soul.
Wait, she already won the Oscars?
Oscars hasn't been yet.
That was Oscar nominations.
Yeah. I was confused. There's too many of these things going on.
We've done the Academy Awards was done, wasn't it? I think what did we do recently?
There was one before.
Luke was on the podcast and he'd done a roundup from it. Oh, Golden Globes.
Golden Globes, that's
yeah. There we go.
So Soul took the animated film, and leading actor was Anthony Hopkins in The Father. Interesting.
Never heard of it. Fair enough.
Some big news up top. We mentioned it. Sony and Netflix have struck a deal for all 2022 Sony films to be released on Netflix after its theatrical release. Some of the films that includes is Into the Spider-Verse 2, Morbius, and Uncharted.
Yeah.
So big waves.
Jumanji as well.
Yeah. Big waves. But
The other three pretty good.
That is big, regardless of you.
I think people need to be clear on it as well, because a lot of people come straight over and went, oh my God, Spider-Man No Way Home. No, it doesn't mean that at all.
Yeah.
That's December, so it is very much 2022 films. But
Future.
yeah,
Is in
I said future one. But then again, where do we get them? Like in the UK, where do we get them anyway? Because they're not on Disney Plus, so we have to get it through Sky, I suppose, or
true.
or buy it on Blu-ray or DVD or whatever. It's a big move.
Yeah, we mentioned last week that Netflix were, I kept calling them keeping up with the big boys. They are a big boy. Yeah. And they're putting their foot down and showing their dominance here, where they're saying, well, we can do whatever you can do. Let's do this.
Well, there wasn't no numbers on how much this deal was there?
I've got it written down. The Hollywood Reporter said worth in the region of $1 billion.
Oh, Jesus. So they spent, 450 mil-ish on the Knives Out stuff, and now $1 billion after this.
Yeah.
This is my point. I think we made the point.
Craig, I know what he's going to say. He wants the answer to this question.
I do.
How do they make money?
Yeah, I don't get it, because the whole Bond thing, they went, no, we're not doing that. 600 mil is ridiculous, which it probably is. But 450 mil off of Knives Out that have paid out, and now $1 billion on this. How them films? Like, who doesn't have Netflix already, or who isn't piggybacking off someone else?
Yeah,
these films are not going to get surely $1 billion or pounds worth of revenue through new subscribers because of these. I just don't get it.
Is it not like, I mean, this is what I just assume the whole streaming platform is. I suppose it's just about over the forecast of, say, the next 20 years, you will make loads of profit on it. For example, if you're a property developer, you got 20 mil, you go and buy 20 mil worth of properties, you lost all your money, but then over the little rent the years, it just over by sort of whatever forecasted date, you're then like rolling in it. So that's the only way I assume they're going, right, we need to really spend some big rights like Knives Out and this big deal to ensure that we have this number of subscribers over the next, say, 2 decades.
Yeah.
But that, again, that's just me. I don't know.
It
really annoys me when you say this, because I'd love someone to sit me down and go, this is how we make money.
Yeah.
Well, this is the thing. None of these streaming services tell you how much they've actually made. I mean, Disney come out and said they had, was it 95 million subscribers. HBO said they've released their figures for the viewing.
Yeah.
How does that relate to money?
It must be per views. It must be especially Netflix. It must be, if you get a view, then Netflix get a portion from the studio or something.
But who's paying it?
The studio. Must be the studio or the production company. They must pay to put their film on, and then Netflix get a kick from it.
Yeah, but then why is Netflix paying $1 billion to put these films on?
So they have the rights only for them films. They can't be anywhere else. So they're not sharing the revenue.
Yeah,
it must
that
be.
makes more.
It does make that makes sense.
Yeah,
but yeah, it's just it's mad. I'm with you, Craig.
Yeah,
it really is mad that I don't think anyone, unless you're in the company, knows exactly how the ins and outs work.
No,
yeah,
and because like we said about Disney, like they never released the Mulan figures and never released Raya, probably won't do Black Widow because they don't have to, because they're not. It's their own thing, you know. Like when they release at cinemas, all the box office stats and figures are from all over the world. They could say Raya was the biggest film of 2021. You have no idea whether it's right or not. You can't, because they don't have to tell you.
True.
But yeah, no, massive move. But
kicking the teeth to Disney. I think we said it as well, didn't we? That is for future. So because I think they said ages ago, didn't we? We said it on the podcast that he's going to be the pivotal. For the next sort of in the MCU next phases. Spider-Man's pivotal. So your pivotal character you can't have on your Disney Plus streaming service. That's crazy.
But that must mean that Spider-Man, was it No Way Home? Must be secured for December. They can't push that back now, can they?
Oh, because this would fall into the pack.
2022.
Yeah,
so that has to be then.
Yeah, it's a good point.
Yeah, good point.
Same with Venom, I suppose, as well then.
Yeah.
It is.
Moving on. Indiana Jones.
Yay.
Some casting news. Phoebe Waller-Bridge joins the cast, and John Williams returns for the score.
Big news.
Yeah, that got me more excited.
Not
back.
Phoebe Waller-Bridge, but John Williams back.
Yeah.
Iconic sounds. Iconic sounds. But no, Phoebe Waller-Bridge, there's been some controversy going about. I don't know if you've seen it, or anyone listening probably has, about there was a rumor that she's basically taken over as Indiana Jones.
Oh yeah,
and which it's not needed, and I won't like it. But there's a difference in not liking it, and there's a difference in people going, I don't want to woman doing this. I hate her. I hate the idea of it. The whole that side of it. And there was a headline going around like new woke Indiana Jones and all that stuff. So that's going around. Look, they probably will do that, and fine, I suppose. But I don't think they're meant to be making another one after this.
No, I suppose, that, like you say, I've no problem. I don't care if she is or not, but this franchise is probably should be drawing to a close now. That's end of now. You've done it all. Leave it alone.
The weird
exclusive of Connor.
The weird thing is, in the fourth one, they had Shia LaBeouf. Your favourite.
Was it his son?
No. He was.
Who was he then?
He was one of Indiana Jones's ex-women, their son. Yeah,
So
it's sort of alluded. It's sort of alluded that it is his son, but it's never really said.
Yeah.
It's basically a woman from the woman from the original Indiana Jones film. I can't remember her name now. The woman from the original Indiana Jones film. It's her son, and it's sort of just alluded that it's his, but it's not.
Is this going to be his daughter?
Probably, probably. Who knows?
Shia LaBeouf was out killing dogs, and she went, "Take him with you." All right.
But no Shia LaBeouf coming back though. No, he's not coming back.
No surprise.
He's killing dogs. That's right.
That wasn't for anyone. That wasn't a joke from Connor. That was factual.
But I'm always excited to see it. I mean, there's a lot of comments on our posts saying like he's too old for it, and you're probably right. He's not going to be doing the same things. He's not going to be fucking swinging over gaps with his whip and stuff. But whatever.
He'll be crashing airplanes. Some pushback news. Some more films being pushed back. MI7. Mission Impossible 7, if you don't know what MI7 is, moved back to May 27th, 22, and Top Gun Maverick moved back to November 19th, 21. So 2 Tom Cruise films pushed back. I wonder if he had a hand in it. He probably did.
Yeah. Well, it makes sense, but someone commented, it was like, "Oh, I bet Tom Cruise is fuming." I didn't reply, but I thought saying the way it normally works is they are paid for the film already. He has been paid for doing these films. It doesn't really matter when these release.
Yeah.
But for what Tom Cruise is like though, he's probably going, "No, I want these to come out at the perfect time," and I don't blame him. Yeah.
Well, he was already fuming because they were supposed to be doing Mission Impossible 7 and 8 back to back filming, and they're not now. That got cancelled. Well, not the film. Mission Impossible 8 is coming. Trust me. But that he was already fuming about that because they only could commit to Mission Impossible 7 because of everything going on. So yeah, he's not in a good mind frame. I don't think at the minute, Tom Cruise. So this probably wasn't the best news for him. Well, his decision anyway.
Apparently, he took a breather. I don't know if this is true, but when he took a breather, he took some of his breather in this country in the Scientology HQ. And like had a suite there and like was chilled out there for a while.
Hey, do you know what? I wouldn't put it past him at all. That sounds about right. Yeah.
So moving on. Some film news with Ryan Reynolds and John Krasinski. New film called Imaginary Friends, which will be written and directed by John Kras. Coming out November 17th, 23. So a little bit of a wait, but should be a good. That's a good matchup.
That is a very good matchup.
Yeah.
The story, I don't really care how the story sounds. It's literally imaginary friends. I think it's Ryan Reynolds' character. The imaginary friends that have been created by like kids when they're younger and that, the ones that have been forgotten about, that now obviously they're still existing. But obviously the kids don't see them, so they're out there, and then some are turning evil because they've been forgotten about against the world. So it sounds a bit stupid, but they will pull it off, and it'll be a funny film.
Sounds a bit like a grown-up Inside Out.
Yeah, it does.
With what's his name? Bing Bong, wasn't it?
Bing Bong, yeah.
Very true.
I thought it would have been John Krasinski as an adult and Ryan Reynolds as his imaginary friend.
Yeah,
that would have worked quite funny.
Wait, did I just miss that completely? Is it the other way around, did you say?
So it's based on, I'm pretty sure it's based on Ryan Reynolds is the one that can see these imaginary friends and stuff. So maybe Ryan Reynolds is imaginary. I don't know. Yeah. Maybe it is. But yeah, Ryan Reynolds is the one that's trying to sort this out. He's going to be the main star.
Yeah.
That's trying to stop these evil imaginary people.
It will be fun.
Yeah, it will be fun. It will be fun.
Some final bits of news from me. Brooklyn Nine-Nine, the final season started production. I just finished season 7 on Netflix. Just came out. Yeah. I didn't realise it's only 13 episodes.
Yeah, it's the classic Netflix number, isn't it?
Why did they do that?
Well, it's pretty part of the deal.
It got bought, didn't it? I don't know who owns it now.
We said it's the American.
I think NBC picked it up.
Oh, is that who picked it up? Yeah, so NBC picked it up and they reduced it down dramatically. Oh. I don't know why. I'm not sure why. But I think they originally said when they bought it that season 7 was going to be the last one. but then I don't know what happened. Obviously, it doesn't end in a way where it ends.
Yeah.
So, quite sad to see this end. To be fair,
Yeah. This was season 7 was
really good.
funny.
Really good series.
Really
I
funny.
really enjoyed it.
Classic moments. And just a quick question up top: will yous be there for me? Because I'll be there for you.
What a fantastic little opening.
Friends reunions wrapped.
Yeah, that is a very this is worrying for me. I think we all like Friends, and I'm looking forward. I like specials. Just like reunions, but the Hollywood Reporter literally said that these started filming by the week starting 5th of April.
Yeah.
So that was last week. I don't think it's going to be very good.
It seems quite
a week
quick.
If they're only doing like a sit down like the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air one, it don't take long to do that.
That's still really quick in my opinion. A week to be starting filming and then done.
It's essentially going to be a chat show with the 6 of them.
Apparently they're going to be in their role. Apparently they're going to be in character. For parts of it. That's what I've read.
Or do like little skits or something.
I don't know, but apparently they're going to put in not a synopsis, but something I read online.
Yeah.
Is they're going to be? It says they'll be in character for parts of it. But yeah, no. To be fair, I didn't think about that. Yeah, I suppose if it is just,
I've got them all in a room.
I was just quite
for
shocked
a week
because we literally just posted it on our socials. Like they're going. It was like we're wrapped.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I suppose it's not like a.
It's basically going to be like as we are now doing this, and they're just going to sit down and have a chat about their experience, like that Fresh Prince of Bel-Air one.
Yeah.
That could have been done in a day.
Yeah.
So if you've got everyone together, it's
I'm really looking forward to it because I love stuff where you find out like the Daniel Brawl. So hearing about the fact that dance thing, he wasn't supposed to dance at all, and he saw the dance floor and he just went, "I'm going to do this," and he done it himself. And then they're like, "I love it." I love hearing stories like that. So if you're going to hear funny stories about what shouldn't have happened but did, or should have happened but didn't, and stuff like that, I'd love it.
I think they're going to address Matthew Perry and his whole coke situation.
I very much doubt they're going to.
I think they will. I think they've got to.
Oh, it's HBO Max. So.
Yeah, but the Fresh Prince one, they delved in some pretty
with Aunt Viv.
Like basically Erg saying to Will Smith, "You got me sacked."
I suppose maybe they'll do it a bit of a fluff piece though. It won't be like it will be like saying how he got over.
No,
it'll be like, maybe they will though.
I'm glad it's outside though. It should be in the coffee shop.
Yeah, they should have. I mean, they could make that coffee shop outside. You just don't film like the roof and that. Do you know what I mean? Just it's a set.
Or do it at the fountain.
Nope.
Okay.
But good. Yeah,
the fountain would be good.
Yeah.
That's my news wrapped up.
Cool. All right, let's go through. I haven't got much, but
I have a quick trivia thing.
Oh, trivia. Go on, I love it.
On the Friends fountain. I think I've said this to you before,
You
actually.
said this before.
All right, I'll ask Colin. You know the Friends fountain?
Yep.
Where is that?
Central Park.
No.
Go on.
It's not in New York at all.
Oh, where is
It's
it?
in LA.
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
Where?
I don't know.
Well, to me, it's. I didn't actually know. I didn't know that, but I knew the apartment building.
Yeah.
It's all filmed in LA. It's not filmed in New York.
Yeah.
So when I remember years ago fearing that, I was like, so literally the only time New York is shown is in the over like the little camera helicopter look over the city.
Yeah.
And then it's LA.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
the fountain, because I remember watching something where it was, I don't know what it was, but it was someone going to, they go around famous places and find the scenes from films or TVs or whatever.
Yeah.
There was one where this couple went to, or I don't know if it's a couple or some friends, whatever, went to New York and they went to look for famous Friends places.
Yeah.
And it just wasn't any.
it's just confined anywhere.
They put, I was looking for this fountain for ages and it just doesn't exist.
I found the apartment, but I stood outside and I was like, "Is this it?" I was looking, and people were around taking pictures. I said, "Is this the apartment?"
Oh, what the
when they
shoot?
shoot?
Yeah.
And I was like, "Yeah, this is it." I was like, "I walked about an hour for this."
Yeah.
Let's go.
I mean, it's not exactly a sight to behold, is it?
No.
It's just like a pretty standard looking apartment block. But anyway, sorry. Move on.
Thank you.
Right, well, I've tried to think of a segue from Friends to The Rock and Black Adam, but couldn't do it. So, what I'm going to just say is official day one filming is underway. It's great news all round.
Great news.
I put it. We put it on the socials. I didn't actually know this. I knew it was like a decade, but when he was confirmed to be attached to the role, you've probably seen it on the socials. But
I've seen it, but I won't spoil it.
yeah, 2007.
That's mad.
He was attached to it, and The Rock is doing Black Adam. Well, obviously, originally Black Adam in Shazam, which then Shazam come out on its own. But Then it's got its own film, but it's like 2007.
That's crazy because his stock couldn't have been that high back then.
But this character wasn't either though. So
true.
But yeah, they were just looking for a big Batista type guy to look good in a suit. Little did they know he'd become the highest gross in Hollywood or whatever he is now. So, but yeah, that's huge, massive, brilliant. Love it.
Really excited
forward to it. Yeah.
Not much more to say on that. I reckon we'll see a suit reveal won't be too far down the line. I think
I'm surprised that hasn't been already.
Yeah, we said last week.
Yeah. I know that announcement, but in most films you get a picture of what they're going to look at before filming starts. They've all had their costumes fitted, when you get to see, but
he's going to make it a spectacle. He's going to proper milk it.
Oh yeah,
but yeah, I reckon we'll start seeing. We've seen some set constructions and stuff. We'll see. We'll keep an eye on and obviously post everything on the socials and that. But we'll start seeing stuff soon. Moving on to some similar to what Connor said with some change of dates. We've got some new things coming. So I'll start off with Star Trek. Just don't want to look at Craig. So
fine.
A new Star Trek movie will release on June 9, 2023. I can't remember what we reported a while ago now. Do you remember we said it was J.J. Abrams' Bad Robot Company with the woman writer, really up and coming. I can't remember her name, but whether this is that movie, I don't know, but it would make sense.
I think it seems like it is.
But anyway, so
this isn't a continuation of the Chris Pine ones, is it?
No. So that's that Noah Hawley that's apparently not doing that anymore, but because I think how much they're going to cost in wages, I don't think they can get them back. But
I don't know. Chris Pine, I bet you can get back for cheap now.
Oh, Zoe Saldana.
Yeah.
Even Zachary Quinto, Carl Urban. You ain't Simon Pegg. You ain't got that money, mate.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I don't think that's ever going to happen.
Chris Pine's probably the cheapest one now,
Probably.
even though he's the main star.
Yeah. But yeah, so I don't think that's ever going to happen. But this is good. If we see something new, I don't know. But
there's still that rumour of the Quentin Tarantino one.
That's been going around for about 7 years.
Yeah, but that would be mad. Why would I don't? Anyway,
I'm sure
we
he
don't
said,
need to see that.
I'm sure he said last year that he really still wants to do it.
Yeah,
but he probably says that.
But it's because he's always said he'd only do 10 films, and this would be his next film is his 10th. You can't. A director like that can't finish it on Star Trek.
That would be very odd.
It would be very odd. Yeah.
I'm looking forward to that film.
Yeah, no, I'm ready for another Star Trek film. To be fair, make it. Give him some Space Wars. But yeah, next.
Did you say Star Wars?
Put your erection away, Craig. So, lastly, just on sort of film dates, Snake Eyes. Craig said before we pressed up, what was it? A Hasbro event.
It was a really weird. They announced this. There was a Hasbro Pulse fan events where they do toys. Their main toys are like Transformers, Star Wars, Marvel, G.I. Joe, and Power Rangers, I think it is. And they did like a showcase, and then suddenly Henry Golding was on screen, and basically it was just
he was actually on screen.
Yeah, he was there, and no one was there. There was all like it was like Zoom calls and that, and but yeah, Henry Golding turned up on screen and revealed the action figure for the film that no one's seen anything about or knew that it was even coming out. Really, well, we knew that there was a film coming, but no dates or anything. And he revealed his figure, and looked good. It looked good. Because on the back of the packaging, it had the actual artwork of what he actually looked like. It looks very cool. You can't get that wrong. He's basically just a ninja in it.
It looked good in even the films were bad, I know, but even in G.I. Joe, the character still looked good in it.
Yeah.
So fair enough. So just a date. So it is July 23.
It's been moved forward,
which
is unusual, very unusual.
Don't really getting that really at the minute, are we? But yeah, so I'm really excited for that. Similar to because of like the Oscar Isaac video where we saw him doing sort of clearly he can do that, how good with the martial arts, etc. But that video we dropped a while ago. Do you remember Henry Golding with the samurai sword?
Yeah.
Like I just feel like this is going to be very, which he's already alluded to, Henry Golding. Saying how much it's going to be very martial arts. You won't see anything like this. Of course, they're going to say stuff like that, but I'm giving this one the benefit of the doubt. I think it's going to be good.
Yeah.
This isn't connected to them other G.I. Joe. This is just his own thing.
They're doing a pure origin because in the G.I. Joe, he's white.
Oh, right. Okay,
he's a little white boy.
I never watched.
Yeah, so
a little white boy.
He's a little white boy. Then he gets taken over by the monks and becomes the favourite pupil.
Okay.
But yeah, so they're doing proper to the roots.
I've never watched them two films. Did you see them?
I've watched one of them.
Oh.
I've seen one of them.
The first one?
Yeah, I think it's the first one I've seen.
But the second one, is the weirdest thing. So Channing Tatum was the whole pull power of that franchise.
Yeah.
He dies within 30 seconds
of the second
film.
The Rock's in the second
one.
And
then The Rock comes in, and Bruce Willis comes in. And that woman who played Mockingjay Bird from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., that's it, she comes in, doesn't work. But yeah.
Is that I've seen a clip, but I can't remember which one. What's the one where like these little robots eat the Eiffel Tower and it falls over?
That's the first one.
Oh, was that the first one?
What's his name? Christopher, the one Doctor Who, Malekith. Chris Eccleston.
Christopher Eccleston.
That's it. He's the baddie in it, and he has some of the worst acting moments. If we was to ever do, well, obviously we've got plans to do stuff for the YouTube channel that we've launched.
Yeah.
That is perfect.
Yeah, okay.
Because there is some moments of that.
I'd be pleased if we did that, like, because I've never seen it. So for me, I just want to see it first time. Like, fucking hell, that's shit.
I think it's called. There's another villain in it. I think he's called the Commodore, and then he goes, "You can call me the Commodore." And it was supposed to be a really serious moment. I laughed. So anyway, but
before you move on,
before
we came on air, Craig said he's pre-ordered some Hasbro toys from the Hasbro.
I said that to you off air. You didn't need to do that on here.
Listen, you don't share things like that. Can you share?
I can. Yes.
Was that what just got delivered?
No.
Oh, that's quick.
I haven't. No.
Oh, right. Sorry. Yeah.
No. So obviously I have some nerdy stuff as you're surrounded by in here. One thing that annoyed me from when Endgame come out is they released the Captain America Marvel Legends figure, like with the hammer. No, I bought it because I love Cap, so I have it in there. And then they released the Iron Man Mark 85. I was like, sweet, I'd have that. So I have that in there as well. They never released Thor. Never released him. You know, like he's
the full Viking look.
Yeah, the full. Never released him. They finally revealed him. Only 2 years later. So yes, I've ordered that.
Yeah.
£25. No biggie.
Not bad.
The other thing I wasn't expecting, because there was rumours about the Force, I was like, this is coming. I'm going to look forward to this. The other thing I didn't expect, which I immediately ordered, was the Eye of Agamotto. So it's a 1-in-1 scale Eye of Agamotto. It has the time stone in. You press a little button.
Is it open?
Yeah, it all comes open. And you can take the time stone out and you do whatever you want with it, I suppose.
Cool.
Throw it at your girlfriend. That's what I'll probably do. But yeah, thanks for that, Con. Yeah, but that's been ordered. I think Four's out at the start of September and the Eye of Agamotto start of October.
Brilliant.
Fair play. Very cool.
So go get your pre-orders in if you want, because you don't have to pay until then, and basically you just forget about it, and then it'll get slapped with a bill.
It's a problem for future Craig.
Exactly that.
I'm fine at the minute.
Yes, and Belle did have a go at me. She went, "What have you ordered now?" She was on my laptop at the time, and a confirmation come through. I was like, "Ow!" I'd only said to her about 5 minutes before. I was like, "Really run that one this month. Really run that one this month," because I'd bought like X amount of washing machine, fucking that Alexa and all the stuff. I was like, I need to slow down. And she went, "What have you ordered now?" I was like, "Ow."
Should have said, "Let me just turn back time."
I would, but I haven't got it yet. October I can do that. Yes, anyway, yeah. So, yeah. Actually, I will talk about one thing, right? Can I just talk about
the erections back?
Because this was fantastic what they revealed, right? It was Kevin Smith revealed it with, I don't know the other guy's name. You know that Jay and Silent Bob? You know, them characters.
Yeah.
So Kevin Smith and whoever the other guy is, I can't remember his name. They was on the Transformers panel, right? And they revealed this incredible, and I say incredible, bit of kit. It was basically Optimus Prime, right? A toy. I say toy, but wait for the price. So there was Optimus Prime, and he was like in his little truck form, you know, normal thing. And then you just said to him, I don't know why the word was convert and not transform. It's a bit weird, and fans have been a bit odd about it, and it is weird. But you just say Optimus convert, and this fucking robot truck actually transforms himself up into the Optimus Prime, and it can walk about. It doesn't look shoddy either. It can walk about, fucking fight. Like, you can program it, and you have an app on your phone, and he can like get his weapons out, shoot guns, move about, and then transform back in and drive about wherever you want to go. It doesn't look like a shitty little toy. You know, you're probably thinking it's like a truck that just goes boop, and it's just got legs and
little puppies that did a flip.
Yeah. So this thing, literally, this truck goes like this, opens its arms out, spins around, pulls its head out. Oh, it looks incredible. I thought, fucking hell, that's well good. Kids are going to be really happy with that. And then they went how much it was. So from what I've explained, I know obviously I'm building it up, and you know it's going to be expensive. It has a iPhone app or Android, I suppose. You can control it, drive around it, move him, do whatever. You can record your own fight moves as well. You can program it to do whatever you want and speak to it and shit. How much would you think something like that would cost?
I would have said in the hundreds. I would have said about 150.
Yeah. I'll say a bit more. I'll say, given the hype, about 495.
Don't ignore the hype. I know it's going to be,
But 250.
250.
Yeah.
Now that seems reasonable, I suppose, if you want this sort of gift. No, it was $700.
Oh my
$700. I will show when we have the little break. I will show you the video so you can talk. But my God, is it impressive? But $700, you need to steady on.
Is that the only one that? Sorry, I'm hooked on this now. Is that the only one, or is there going to be like a Megatron where they can program to fight each other?
I would imagine that the amount of sales, if this does well, yes, easily going to do another one.
That would be brilliant.
It looked really good, and I thought maybe 150. I mean, I wouldn't buy it anyway, but maybe 150 for that sort of thing. Okay, I could see that making a few sales. It's $700.
That's a lot.
$700. That's mental, and it's all because you could just buy a $50 one and just transform it yourself. So you could save a lot of money.
So 650 quid for the asshole.
I think so. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, to save you getting out that instructions book and whatever.
Okay.
But, yeah, I'll show you because it was really impressive. But anyway, it's okay.
Fair enough.
Yeah. So anyway, on to Power Rangers toys. So what they had.
So I've only got a few bits because my head's gone. I need to see this video now. So just quickly on some DC EU/TV stuff. The Green Lantern HBO Max series, which has quite a lot of hype around it in terms of the scale of it, because we've reported in here it's going to have a huge budget. They want to, in the new report released this week, their words are they want to produce it like a film in terms of budget as well. And some weight behind it is that it's looking like they're going to cast, which isn't a big shock, for the role of Sinestro, which, to be honest, I'm not a massive, DC comic and all that fan, but I do know that you can't really go into Green Lantern stories without Sinestro. So really good for the show. The Green Lantern film with Ryan Reynolds, the only good part of that movie was Mark Strong as Sinestro. So even that character managed to salvage something out of that. So it is a cool character. And hopefully that is true, that rumour.
Yeah.
All I've really got to say on that.
Good series, yeah.
Anyway, moving on. Something that broke today just before we started. Really random, but Shazam and the Fury of the Gods seems to be doing random casting at the minute. Lucy Liu has been cast as the villain Calypso in Shazam, Fury of the Gods, as said. She'll be playing the sister of Hespera, who we reported 2 episodes ago now.
Yeah.
It's played by Dame Helen Mirren.
Yeah.
Love it.
Lucy Liu's still kicking.
Lucy. Oh, I can imagine she could still rock.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, so it looks like they're going to have like a villain family, because it's like the daughter of Atlas, we said with Helen Mirren last time. So looks like they're going to have like a few of them, and the Shazam and the Shazam kids are going to have to fight them. I don't know, but
I wonder what their barbecues are like. Kick it off.
But yeah, I'll take that all day. And then my last thing I just wanted to mention, this is for the Continue the Monsterverse train that's running at the minute. Again, we've got some, maybe next week we'll report on the figures again, because it's doing amazing. I think it's over 360 million worldwide now, I think, Godzilla vs. Kong, which is great.
Yeah.
And something that's come out this week, the CEO of Legendary, Josh Grode, I think it's pronounced, has come out and said, for anyone that is wondering, yes, we do have, and quote, we have many ideas for more movies in the Monsterverse. So not saying it's not like definitely going to happen, but for the Continue the Monsterverse hashtag, which keeps going trending, good news.
Yeah.
I mean, we all now know. You get,
You get
a hashtag trending, you get what you want.
Yeah, exactly.
So, might take 4 years.
You'll get it.
But yeah, it's very true. Powered
and
fans.
a perfect segue onto some breaking news.
Yes.
With the Monsterverse. I was just staring at it for ages. Oh, there it is. So the Kong Skull Island director, Jordan Vogt Roberts, is going to direct a live-action adaptation of Gundam for Netflix.
Oh, nice.
Which is like
Transformers, isn't it?
sort of, yeah. They're big, huge robots.
Transformers.
Yeah.
No.
That is pretty,
I don't know. I just know.
No, it is sort of that they do transform into other things.
Yeah.
So,
the main. I remember having the toy. I've had the toy, the main white.
Yeah. Sort of looks like a Starscream from Transformers.
Yeah.
But yeah, apparently, so Netflix are making bigger moves.
Big waves.
But even... Sorry, go on.
No, I was just going to say, this is brilliant for fans like us.
Up, yeah.
Because the streaming wars, which started a few years ago, obviously now, it's really, as you just said, it's really heating up. Netflix was like, right, what are we going to fucking do? Spend billions. It's only going to give us content.
Yeah.
So anyway, sorry, carry on.
There's one more breaking news.
All right, okay.
And I'm not ashamed to say I avoided putting this in the chat because I don't really want to post this, but we can discuss if we want to.
Yeah.
So there were some set photos of the live action Powerpuff Girls
Oh, yeah.
Which is going about Chloe Bennett, who was wonderful in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. And okay, I don't know if it's weird to think that she's going to be fit as this, because I guess they're meant to be grown up now, maybe?
I don't know, like 7-year-old girls in the
Well, I've seen...
Well, I don't know what they are now, that's what I'm saying.
Well, I've seen a picture of... I don't know if you've probably got more by the sound of it, but I've seen a picture on set.
Yeah.
And they don't look like young girls.
No.
So I think it's fine to say.
I think it's fine to say.
And you've got Donald Faison, I think his name is. He's playing...
Mr. Utonium?
I don't know.
Yes, I think that is him.
Yeah.
You know a lot about this, don't you?
Well, Chloe Bennett's involved, mate.
But the reason I speak about this is there's been the first official look of CW's live-action Powerpuff Girls, and this is it.
I've not seen this one, sure.
It's just literally just come out now.
So is Mojo Jojo going to be in this?
Yeah, and I can't remember who's been cast as it.
Because Mojo Jojo's a monkey.
Yeah.
What the...
I wish you could see Brad's face. You just saw that. But
anyone who's watched.
they go. But Mojo Jojo is in it, and I can't remember. I'm going to look it up.
I'm so intrigued with this film.
I'm intrigued. Can we do an episode breakdown?
Have to.
No. We'll have to watch it. It sounds ridiculous that something like this is coming to live action, but it also isn't ridiculous in the world we're in at the minute. So I am intrigued, purely not just because of Scrubs, that fella, just he's a childhood hero into my eyes from Scrubs. Yeah. But yeah, Chloe Bennett, you didn't watch Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., did you?
Nah.
Yeah, I can't say any more. I've got a restraining order.
So it's a guy called Nicholas Podany. This is him going to be playing Mojo Jojo.
Right, okay.
Fair enough.
So yeah, live action Mojo Jojo coming to your screens. But yeah, I'll watch it just for research purposes. But
yeah, of course.
Yep. Yeah. So that's some breaking news right there. So
I think now's a good time for a break.
I think so. Yeah. Right. So we'll get into some reviews. Let's first start with Thunderstruck.
It can be any one of those if you want, mate. To be honest with you.
Explain a little bit about it.
So Thunder Force is Melissa McCarthy's Netflix new film. I think it's written, I'm pretty sure I read somewhere, it's written by her husband, the one who's in Bridesmaids as the air marshal and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Pretty sure it's his. And then, and it's the world is, it's a world full of like mutants, but they're called miscreants. I think it was, if I remember rightly. And it just fouls on all fronts, in my opinion. Obviously, people might enjoy it, but even though it's on Netflix, and you think Netflix like easy watch, it's fine if it's shit.
Yeah,
no, this wasn't fine. This was shit.
Is it? I mean, it's got to be billed as funny. So is it funny at all?
I didn't laugh really.
Did the people you watched it with laugh?
No, I mean,
okay.
Maybe they might have been there chatting.
Yeah,
maybe they wasn't giving their full scope to it, but it just wasn't. Yeah, if they were trying to build a hero world that was funny and relatable to these women because they're not usual superhero women, that didn't work.
Yeah.
The humour aspect didn't work. The action sequences didn't work. The whole of it was just a real shit movie.
I mean, hats off to you for watching it.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it the other day when you said you were watching it.
Some strange. I mean, the best part about it, which was still shit, was Jason Bateman with crab hands.
Right.
Sounds odd.
Yep.
Fair enough.
That's what I've got to say on it. Yep. Cheers, Jason.
So should we do Invincible first?
Yeah, we'll go in a bit more detail.
So 5 episodes of Invincible have been out now. Let's go with episode and series rating, Con.
Episode 5 came out Friday. I really, really enjoyed this episode. I would probably give it 9 out of 10.
Okay,
really enjoyed it. As a series, I'm looking forward to Fridays to watch this.
Yeah.
I'd probably give it an 8 out of 10.
Yeah.
For a series. This episode, because what this doesn't fail to do is there's nothing obvious about it. So you'll watch a scene and you'll just shock you and you think, Jesus Christ, where did that come from? That's what I enjoy about it. I think it's not, you can't predict it.
Annoyingly, you just, I don't know what's bad, really. Probably the score wise, I think I'm a bang on. I struggle to give things 10 out of 10 because it takes away, I think I did use the word flawless. And I would class this episode in a way as flawless. It had everything I could possibly want from a superhero episode, and especially halfway through the season. I'd probably give an episode rating of about a 9.5, and a season rating, I'd give it an 8. I think it's a great series.
Yeah.
And the layers of it, obviously won't go into too much detail. Maybe we're going to do a little bit of non-spoiler.
Yeah, we'll do a bit.
So just for now, the layers of it, the story elements that I usually wouldn't like Debbie, the mum, which is starting to be quite terrifying some moments with her, and it's little things like that. Every scene isn't boring. Every scene's something.
Yeah.
And I just think they've nailed it. I don't know the comics. I'll profess I don't know the comics, but I just think they've absolutely nailed it.
It's good, like what we were saying about Jupiter's Legacy. Like you just said, we don't know the comics, but we're all really enjoying it. Yeah. So it needs to be, like we were saying about that, it needs to be good and draw you in as a non-fan of whatever the backstory is to it. But
what did you think of the episode?
Yeah, I completely agree. I don't know what more to say on it, really. Really good. Because I didn't watch episode 4 last week either, so I watched episode 4 and 5 together. This was definitely better. 4 was still brilliant. I still really liked it. I really liked the bit on Mars, but episode 5, brilliant. Nearly every episode so far, especially episode 5, it finished, and I thought, fucking hell, this has gone quick.
It finished. That's a good point.
I looked at it, and it was like 40, I think it's 44 minutes, I think this last one. And then the credits start, and obviously there's always like a little 30 seconds or a minute after that. But the credits rolled, and I was like, oh, this is done. Which is just a testament to how enjoyable it actually is. Time just flies, just completely gone. Completely bang on with your ratings. Can't disagree with it. Should we get into some things that happen in it?
It's only been missed 2 episodes, isn't it? So I think we can do non-spoilers now.
Con, do you want to go with it?
For the whole series, non-spoilers, or just for this episode?
We've done the first 3, didn't we, a little bit?
Yeah.
So if you don't want to know, don't speak whatever in your mind, Con, about Invincible. If you don't want to, go away.
So this episode, we fully saw Mahershala Ali's character, and he was a very cool character.
Yeah,
I really enjoyed him, and you see his struggles, and then his rise, if you want. But what I'm enjoying about this is it's a superhero in Invincible, still learning the ropes as he's going. But he's just been slung into the deep end, and he's, there's something between him and his dad. His dad's not what he seems to be. Is the vibe that you get from this series, and I really like their relationship together. I really like the mum and the dad's relationship together. It's quite a dysfunctional family, but it's a functional family in a way.
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean.
But I don't know what to say about sort of spoiling it.
Well,
no, go straight to spoilers.
Yeah.
So he's helping Mahershala Ali. What's his Titan?
Yeah.
So he's helping Titan, but he doesn't. Titan's got ulterior motives.
Yeah.
But you don't really know that until you really feel.
I did. Yeah.
And not until the end because the very end it really kicks off. I'll go into that a little bit more. But this episode, you see him fighting a lot more villains.
Yeah.
Yes.
You see a lot more superhero action, a lot more superhero fighting, and I don't know what to say. I really enjoy it.
You'd class this as a big, but like Falcon and Winter Soldier or other One Division episodes that we've done. You go, this is a big budget episode.
Yeah,
this animation wise,
it was a big one.
It's a big budget. They've put a lot into this episode, so I completely agree with that. Yeah.
I really liked I can't remember his name now. Who's the main gangster, the robot head?
Oh my god, Machine Head.
Yeah, I really liked him. I thought he was really good.
I like his voice.
Oh, the auto-tune. It was like auto-tune, wasn't it?
It's so incredible.
Yeah, I liked it. I liked that.
I thought it was great. The little isotope bodyguard was hilarious. And looked like he was in on it with Titan all along. But the Machine Head was like stolen. I thought he was top drawer. Yeah. When he kept going about the maple wood. It was just, it has, what I love about it is, I would class it as a funny show.
Yeah.
It's very tongue-in-cheek stuff.
The bit when he goes, when Titan goes, that's Machine Head. And he goes, what one's that? And he goes, just kidding. But it's done at the right times. It's not too much.
Yeah.
And then they keep the tone of the film like, the bits with Debbie when she found the costume and stuff, because obviously she knows, is starting to realise what's going on because that Damien Darkblood, the Clancy Brown character, has left the little notebook. So she's now sort of thinking that my husband, Omni-Man, is not right.
Yeah.
Something's up, and she's like scared about him. That was brilliant scene where she writ down how long it would take for him to get to France and then back to. She goes, "I need for lunch, this for dinner."
20 minutes when it's.
And then he goes off, and it was really cool. And then I just, like I say, little things like that. Yes, the Invincible scene will come onto the final scene in a second. Is amazing, but the other parts of it, I'm just really enjoying, and I just think it's great.
Yeah, they they the whole thing with, like you said, the wife and that is brilliant. But the one thing that it's not a criticism at all. One thing is, which they're playing quite coy with, is we still don't know why he did this to the Guardians.
Yeah.
We don't.
I'm annoyed at myself.
Oh, do you know?
Because before this series come out,
right, okay.
I was like, "What's this?" And then learned all about Omni-Man.
Okay.
This would be even more incredible in my eyes. So
that's what I'm saying, because they're sort of playing coy with it, and you're sort of with the demon guy, and then the wife now finding out Debbie, and audience like me and Con now, because obviously you know them. Yeah. But yeah, I'm really enjoying actually trying to figure out why he's done this and learning each thing each week, because it's sort of like two parallel stories in this. Isn't it? It's like Mark growing up as Invincible and learning his powers, and then the backstory to like what the fuck's gone on with Omni-Man.
Yeah.
But the whole father-son thing is pretty good. Like when he catches the meteor and he struggles, he goes, "Oh, that's just a small one."
Yeah.
But he just goes casually, like, throw it back into space.
He's like, "I'll stop on the size of Texas." It's really cool. And then even they're up in space, and then he gets a text from his girlfriend, and he's like, "Just this once," and it's like they're in space stopping meteorites, and perfect.
Yeah, it's good, and you cannot knock J.K. Simmons. He is fucking brilliant as Omni-Man. He's it's very, very good. And then we get obviously Zachary Quinto as Robot, and obviously something's a bit dodgy with him.
That looks a different type of arc, doesn't it? I don't think that's nothing to do with Omni-Man. I don't think that.
No, it seems like something.
Yeah, so there's again layers. So
because all the twins as well. He's trying to
the Brawler twins, what they're called. Yeah, strange. But he took Rex's DNA, wasn't it?
Yeah,
he touched Rex's shoulder and took the DNA, and then that's what he's gone to the. I don't know what he's got. I have this. I don't know.
Well, it seems like he's trying to replicate him for some reason.
I have no idea.
I don't know.
Yeah. Should we get into the main scene of this?
Yes, definitely. Yeah.
So this scene was so reminiscent of the first episode, the end scene.
Agreed.
Because so the build up was he's helping Titan and he needs to defeat the robot head. Machine Man. He needs to defeat Machine Head to break Titan out of his little clutch, because Machine Head's got Titan in a hold.
Sound, I know your family, where they live. You're working for me now.
Yeah.
That was my best impression of it.
Very good.
Yeah, so he done all his jobs, and he said, "I'm out." And Machine Head said, "No, you're not. You work for me." Blah blah blah. So he gets Invincible to help him against his dad's wishes, because Omni-Man's like, "You're going to make a terrible mistake if you do this." Obviously, knew what was going to happen. He goes in, but little did they know, Machine Head's got the chip.
Yeah.
So he knows what's going to happen, and he just brings in a whole heap of villains. and the biggest one to the fan favorite was
Battle Beast.
Who was absolutely fucking phenomenal.
Really brilliant, really good.
One thing just to say about this show, which it's not this again, not a criticism, because it's worked. So fair play to the writers. It sounds like a Seth Rogen type of move. But you see how I laughed about Zachary Quinto, who's played Spock, who's basically the same character as Robot, a calculative, emotionless being. I put it in the chat earlier about the who voices Battle Beast. And obviously this Battle Beast character, just from this episode and from what little I know, he's like an honor-bound, always looking for that next big. He doesn't want to waste time with little beings. He wants a big fight to because he's like a warrior, honor, whatever.
Yeah.
And that literally is his character in Star Trek, played by Wolf. The Star Trek character Wolf, which is the Klingon, it's basically the same. It's original. I mean, they've gone out and gone, right, well, this is the character. He's done it before. Let's have him. And it's worked, in fairness. But yeah, I completely agree. Battle Beast, I can see why people were really excited to see him in this.
I said it to you in the chat earlier. Obviously, I don't know. I've read anything about it, I don't know, but he was stand out for me. I really, really enjoyed that character.
Yeah.
And the way he fought, and obviously he gets very violent, very bloody in that. And he's completely a character who just doesn't give a shit. To get the job done and get out. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. But really, that whole scene was really, really, really good.
The best moment of it, which I've mentioned, when he's tied up, Mark Invincible, and then he goes, "I'm going to fucking kill you." Yeah. Because Titan's getting... The music stopped again, which happened with that Guardians of the Globe's execution from Omni-Man. No music, just fighting and blood splattering. It's really like intense.
Yeah.
And that was it's just a brilliant moment. God, it was such a good episode.
I did think, and I was really happy. When he did that, but he was like, "I would fucking kill you and go mental."
He didn't.
Yeah, I'm really happy that he didn't just clear everyone out, and still got battered afterwards. I was really pleased
because there is a story here. Like even without the comics and what people know, Mark Invincible should be able to easily best these.
Yeah.
Because Omni-Man would, again, from what I think he would destroy all these in seconds.
Yeah, it looks like
so. There is Mark is struggling, whether it's his human element side from his mum Debbie, I don't know, but that's what I'm interested in. That's what I don't know anything about. Is that I'm really interested to see where he goes. Where's it going to win? It sounds a bit intense, but I just feel like it's such a good character with his relationship with his dad, not knowing what's going on there. I can't wait to see where this it leads, and it's not going to be a season 1 job. I think this will be renewed very soon.
Yeah, so we got the big bit. It's a big spoiler, so if you don't want to hear it, step out now for a couple of minutes. But we got it from the trailer. We see this bit from the trailer.
Yeah.
But when he's on the floor and he's defeated, and what's his name? Lion? Battle Beast.
Lion Man, we'll call it
Lion Man. So Battle Beast is standing above him with his big clobbering thing, whatever it is.
Great name.
And you think, and Mark can see his dad, and he says, "Dad," blinks again, the dad's gone, Omni-Man's gone. And then Battle Beast just in the chest, bang. And he looks dead. Or he's definitely dying, he's close to death. And a lot of them die. The Beast girl, I think she's dead.
Oh, yeah, it has to be.
The
surely.
face is gone anyway.
The older bloke, the black one, I don't know what his name is.
Oh, he was a good character. The one without powers with the suit. Yeah.
They didn't ever got that when he took his suit bits off and then just ran at the big lion. And it was like, well, you're not going to do anything now. But he fully just crushes his wrist, like the bones come out. Cool. Yeah. I liked it a lot.
But so now we're figuring. Now you're thinking, why didn't Omni-Man step in? Because if he's there, he clears them out. And where next for Mark?
This could be, like I was saying about the father-son element. This could be like a father going like, "Look, you've made your mistakes. This is you deal with it, and then I'll help you afterwards. Get out your own sort of mistakes." You know what I mean? But no, it could be that sort of thing. He told him not to do it. He's gone ahead and done it. Got himself literally looked like he's about to die. Obviously, he doesn't because the series continues. But I think it might be that. I mean, there's obviously something more to it with Omni-Man. But
well, he's got I'm not going to say too much because this is just something we know. He's clearly got a plan that he needs, not like a dad thing. He needs to do this with Mark. Yeah, but clearly it's not in the plan that we're being fed.
Yeah.
So that's what I can't.
It's an ulterior motive.
Yeah, that's what I can't wait to see come to light. And it's just. I think it's brilliant.
Do you know one of my favourite scenes of this? It wasn't even the end bit. The end bit was brilliant. Don't get me wrong. One of my favourite scenes is when they was on a date. Debbie and that in Venice or Italy, I think they are. And some big dragon thing pops up behind, and she's like, pretty much, And she goes, "Are you going to help her?" And he's like, "No, I'm on vacation or whatever, I'm on a date or whatever," and just waits for the jets to fly and fly up. I really liked that. I thought it was a really good.
I had another moment just to say in this episode, a bit similar to that, is when he goes with Titan and he goes, "Right, let's go see what's going on in the city, which you don't see from above." And it cuts to him flying with Titan. He goes, "It's some bullshit." that was brilliant.
I don't think you can knock it. It's just a really good, enjoyable series.
Yeah. I'll be interested to see how this ends and where this will rank in a superhero show for me. So I really am. Hopefully they can finish strong. They've kicked off here. Let's see what they can do.
The thing is with superheroes, like we were saying about earlier with the Spider-Man, X-Men stuff, the animation is what superheroes is. It's always going to be easier to do stuff in animation because you can't. That sort of stuff, you try to do it in live action. It'd be a huge budget, and two, it just wouldn't look anywhere near as good. So,
and I think people will be traumatized if it happens to real people.
Well, speaking of that, we have the end of Falcon and Winter Soldier. True, which is,
reminiscent.
I think as dark as it's going to go, to be fair. But it's very good show.
Yeah. So highly recommended.
Yeah. On that note, I think we should move on to Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Should do?
Yeah. That was a fist pump. I don't know why.
They can't see. Yeah. Firstly, can we just talk about this new? Obviously, we started again. The rumours that are swelling with what's going on. We already had the episode 5 is a
cameo is going to.
No, wait. The previous one is that this is going to be a tear-jerking episode and sad and whatever. So they're basically telling us how to feel about this next one already. But then now news is broke, which seemingly is confirmed, that there's a big surprise cameo of a Marvel character that hasn't been seen before, but played by an Oscar-winning actor.
It said Oscar-winning.
I thought there's not.
Oh,
you
sorry,
said
Academy,
earlier.
Academy Award winner.
Yeah, that's Oscar.
Oh, is
the
it?
Academy Awards is Oscar.
Oh, God, it is here.
Yeah. So Oscar winning actor. So
Wow.
I mean, this one can't be a Paul Bettany White Vision situation. It just can't be.
That will never happen again. To that extent. Fair enough if they want to start leaving breadcrumbs and saying things, but they will never not be. It won't be a troll anymore. So I agree. This is legit.
Yeah,
It does seem like it.
Like again, they can't disappoint because if they're hyping us too much, you got to stop hyping us because if it's a disappointment or if it's not what the fans think, because there'll be rumours now, fans will be saying it's definitely this person, and one will pick up traction, and it won't be that person, and fans will be like, "Ow, fucking hell."
But that's like saying like Robert Kirkman in Invincible to say that episode 5 there is a big moment at the end of and you got a fan favourite character coming to fight. That's basically what they're doing.
Yeah.
And that impact that we just got from it, just let us watch.
Yeah, that's
but anyway, they've said it and now we've got to speak about it. It's what we do.
Well, now we put this out on the socials with this, and we got. I didn't realise it was this many. I'm not going to go through them all. There's 138 replies to this about who they thought it might be. One of the biggest comments was actually by myself. Woo! I'll take credit for this. But I think this is brilliant if they do it. So Kingpin, the character of Kingpin as the power broker, a way to introduce that.
I think that's fantastic.
Which, I don't know, is Vincent D'Onofrio an Oscar-winning actor?
I don't think he would be.
No.
I don't think he is.
Which, obviously, this is all speculation, but I would like to see him back, because then we know we're getting into, the Charlie Cox Daredevil and John Bernthal Punisher. But I think that'd be great if it's just a character known as Kingpin.
It would just make perfect sense.
Yeah.
Because that's who Kingpin is in the shadows, and he's got a different name now, Power Broker, because of how it went with Daredevil calling himself the Kingpin. So
and all he's going to have to do is have a huge, bald, big guy come out and be like, it's Kingpin.
Yeah.
He's an iconic. Yeah, give me a little pain. Yeah. But it's an iconic look to a character. You wouldn't need much explanation, would you? But I don't know. That seems logical. When have Marvel ever been that logical, though? So, actually, before we carry on, did you got any? I mean, obviously, you know some probably more Marvel characters than Connor does, but would you have any idea or any wishes of who could appear?
Any wishes? The only wish now is because they've linked again once more, just like they did with the Fox universe with Evan Peters. The fact that they're talking about Madripoor and little Easter eggs about X-Men, I would love maybe a mutant. I don't know. Yeah.
Well, funny you say that.
Oh, sure.
The next highest liked comment was Wolverine. And it's not. No, that's too far. If they do that, fucking fair play to them. But that's too big of a character to have just show up and there's no casting news around it. Do you know what I mean? That's just too much. However, the next one that makes a lot of sense, which is not the same as Wolverine, but again with the Madripoor stuff and there's one other mutant that appears in Madripoor with Wolverine a lot. Have you read about this? Do you know what this is?
Gambit?
No. It's Mystique.
Oh.
Now that could be quite easily done in this series, couldn't it? You could have just some, and then it could be an Oscar-winning actress turns up, and then at the end of the scene just transforms into someone else, and you're like, no explanation needed. That's Mystique.
Yeah.
It's not going to happen, I don't think.
No, I don't think so
I
either.
think that's quite clever. As you link in the Oscar-winning Madripoor X-Men mutant, that is quite clever. It would be strange in the tone of a Super Soldier, Winter Soldier to have a shape-shifting mutant.
But however, in the comics, she is like a spy as well. She was a spy down that route as well, and did some shady stuff in the background.
Just thought of something.
Go on.
Imagine Sharon Carter changed.
That's what I was going to say.
I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
That'd be good.
That would be quite cool.
Yeah, and then it's revealed she's dead or something in a bathtub, isn't it?
Anyway, sorry.
Obviously, there was a lot of comments before the Academy Award winner thing. So there was Chris Evans obviously turning back up. It would make sense to see old Cap again at the end of this, maybe just to. I think he will possibly be at the end of this just to speak to Sam about taking over the Shield and that, and congratulate him or help him along his way. I think it would make sense for him to appear.
Yeah,
it's not going to have to take much work for Chris Evans to do this. He's most of his face is CGI. I know a lot of it was makeup for Endgame, but yeah, it wouldn't take much. Ralph Boner, that was another guess. A character I'm not overly familiar with. I know he's in a lot of animated things, so you might be Omega Red, which is like he's an X-Men villain. He has like the things, tentacle sort of things that come out. I don't think someone like that would be there. I think it's got to be a much more grounded character for this show.
Yeah, so I agree.
A load of Mephisto guesses. Sort of a running joke now. This one was quite a cool idea, but it got a lot of likes. I don't know how this would work, but M'Baku as the power broker. But I'm not sure how that would work.
Yeah, it's too good now.
Yeah, but also he's already been in it, so he can't.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
Can't be there. General Ross again, already been in it. Zola back. Don't think you really need to. He has actually won an Oscar though. I think it's Toby.
Oh yeah, the little English fella.
Yeah, I can't remember. It's Toby something. But again, he's already been in it. The classic for any post like this, Norman Osborn.
Yeah,
wouldn't really make sense just popping in this. One of them was quite funny. He said Terrence Howard as War Machine. He's just taken over the suit because obviously we had War Machine at the start of this series. What else did we have? Mephisto again, Chris Evans, and someone put probably just Anthony Mackie as a white version of himself. Got quite a lot of likes. That was pretty much it. There wasn't really many other guesses. That was it. Shang-Chi. But no, someone went funny and went bend over.
Classic.
Yeah, and then a lot of them went down your route and said a mutant of some kind.
Kingpin makes most sense.
I think so,
and it would fit the tone of the show as well. That makes logical sense. But like Craig said, it's doubtful Marvel will follow a logical route. To be honest with you,
yeah, it's going to be. Well, it's a surprise. Is one of the words they said. A surprise big cameo.
But I've said that before, so I don't until I see it.
And I feel like it's not going to be someone that's got like a future. So I don't think it would be like Kingpin, as much as I would love that, and it makes sense because you wouldn't then just go cameo and then he's not back. That's a character if you're bringing into the MCU, whether it's Vincent D'Onofrio or a new one. You keep him on, and you've got ideas now for him with the new Spider-Man films and stuff. But I feel like this is going to be either like a jokey thing. Do you know what I mean? Or it's just like
I don't think they can do a jokey thing.
Unless they do a CGI Stan Lee.
That'd be cool.
In Madripoor, just running about.
But what I mean is, they wouldn't ruin this. I know they've done it with One Division trolling. If this was a big thing like, it's not going to be, but like Wolverine, Mystique, Kingpin, no one would do this, there's a surprise cameo and stuff.
Yeah.
That would be completely hidden like Luke Skywalker.
Yeah.
So for them to come out with this, I feel like it is going to be something, but it won't be a changing thing in the MCU. It's just going to be for this.
This is interesting that this episode's also going to be the one that's apparently going to make you cry. So the Stan Lee thing could be one of them sort of things.
Yeah, well,
I can't think of anyone else. I can't.
61 minutes as well, isn't it? This one,
apparently longest one yet. Yeah, so take off 6-7 minutes of it, so about 54 minutes.
Yeah, should we get into the
yes, let's do it. Yeah, so I'll start as usual. I'll go with episode rating and series rating. Yeah. So my episode rating for this, easily for me the best one. I think it was a little bit spoiled, I mean, we posted it, but
we've got to. It's not our fault.
But I feel like if I've seen spoiled, I'll put it out. No, but it was officially released image, which was meant to be from episode 4. It definitely looks like it's the next one, with obviously John Walker with a shield with a lot of blood in it. But yeah, really good. And he, as John Walker, you hate him, but you love him. Do you know what I mean? I hate the character. No, hang on. I don't hate the character. I don't know, actually. I just like him. No, but you know what I mean? It's that you don't want to like him, but you do for the wrong reasons, basically. But episode for me, I was really impressed. I'm going to say 8.5, I think, with this. Overall series, I think I was a little bit higher than used on the last one anyway. And I think I was 7 last time. I think this has bumped me to 7.5. I think I'll go with now for the series.
Yeah. For the episode, I'd probably give it an 8 out of 10. And for the series, I was quite low, I think. I think
6, wasn't it?
6, yeah. I'd probably give it 7.5. I'd probably agree with you.
Nice, yeah.
I think I'm with you there. I think we said last. Well, for me anyway, I hadn't been kicked off yet. This series, this episode did. This was the moment where it finally kicked off in my eyes, and I'm ready to see more, etc. So episode wise, I would give it an 8. I thought it was quite strong in terms of everything. From story, again, a lot of story. Like, I think it was I tried to do a little thing, but I stopped halfway through. So it was, I think, what was it? So take away credits, it was about 45 minutes or something like that, was it?
Yeah, around about that.
And I think there was only, with the Dora Milaje little scuffle, little kerfuffle, and the fight at the end, it was still pretty much 35 minutes of talking and story.
Yeah.
I'm still quite shocked and surprised. I'm not saying it's a bad thing because I really enjoyed this episode. I'm still quite shocked at the balance of action and storytelling, to be quite honest with you. But I really did enjoy pretty much everything in this episode. And series now, I'm up to probably I'm close to a 7.5, but I'll call it a 7 with the episode rating of an 8.
Yeah, fair. Yeah. Let's get into some stuff then. Yeah. So, completely forgot where it starts. Don't know, it's Bucky. It's Bucky. Of course it is. It's Bucky. Yeah. So that was a really, obviously not action, but doesn't always need to be. That was a really good scene. So we'd go back to Wakanda and see Bucky's not training, but getting rid of the Winter Soldier program out of his head.
They teased a relationship between that Io, is it?
Io, yeah.
So it ended with them two, and the last episode was it of episode 3.
Yeah.
And then, so to see that, just in that little moment, you get why they're clearly got a relationship. So brilliant.
Great bit of acting from Sebastian Stan. It was actually like it was quite. When I was watching it the second time with Belle, she was actually thought it was quite emotional. She was like, he's finally after like 90 years or no, not 90, 70 years. From being the Winter Soldier, it's finally worked, and he's not under any control.
Free.
And and there was all the flashbacks to the other bits and the bad things he did, like Tony's mum and dad, stuff like that. Really, really good scene. Really enjoyed that.
Maybe not Emmy worthy.
People do go quite far. It was good bit of acting. Bit of acting, but it was good. It was a good part to see, to be fair. And then we've got Zemo, obviously. Brilliant again.
He's so good.
You can't knock it. So that's a character who you should hate, really, but you can't. He's really good.
His little best part of this sounds stupid, but I love little moments like most people do. The bit with the Turkish delight and the little girl, that sounds really weird sounding like that. But that bit when he's singing and gets the stall, etc., it just shows you how he can manipulate people to be his spies and ears, and he is just phenomenal.
Yeah, anyway, fantastic.
I really like the conversation where the three of them, Sam, Bucky, and him, he's got his little drink and a biscuit, and he's talking about how it corrupts everyone, and then Bucky says, well, it never happened to Steve. He's like, touche.
Yeah.
So it's like tips his drink to him, sort of thing. But that was really, because I think that's what, we mentioned it on this before, and people say in the comments that, if anyone can just have super soldier serums, like just whack them out, anyone can be a hero. But I think this episode sort of pushed home the fact that no, you can't. It doesn't work that way for everyone, because you forget. Like I saw a good post and I completely forgot about this. Back in the Incredible Hulk, the Abomination, Tim Roth's character, is created from a failed super soldier serum. General Ross gets it out of the thing, fails with him. Obviously, it fails with not Winter Soldier, but it sort of does. But that was more the programming in his head.
I was going to say, it actually worked. Quite well.
Really well with him. But they do drive home the point in this one, don't they? Like, well, it just but enhances what you are as a person.
Yeah.
And you already sort of got that faults from John Walker that he's a bit of an arsehole. And he even had that conversation with Battlestar in this episode saying like some of the stuff that we got our medals for was not right and wouldn't be able to do in the public eye, sort of thing. Did you mention Afghanistan? Is it Afghanistan?
He says Afghanistan,
yeah. So, which is true to life. That's sort of things that happen. But it does drive that point home.
Yeah, it does, I feel.
Do you know what I mean? So, but it was really weird. I mean, I think he's lying. Zemo asks Sam, if you had the option, would you take the serum?
Sam? Or
Falcon.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
He asked him, didn't he? He goes, if you had the option, would you take it?
And he says, without you didn't hesitate. I respect that. Yeah. I thought you meant, one thing I just want to touch on that, which I had really good again, which we'll come on to maybe a little bit later, was when Zemo gets confronted with the serum. And I thought, because obviously, we know from the comics and stuff, he is a super soldier himself, Zemo. So I was like, oh, is he going to take this now?
He's not.
Oh, is he not?
No.
Oh, in the all things like animation and stuff, he's a...
No,
he can fight Captain America.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but he's not. I'm pretty sure he's not super soldier.
Google that. I think he's enhanced.
Okay.
Anyway, but
maybe he does that to deal with the people, but
I
wasn't aware he was.
That he got confronted with a serum, but his idea about it all, he pauses and you think, oh my God, is he going to fucking take one?
Yeah.
And he's like, nope, stomp. It was a very powerful moment.
Yeah, really good.
So it wasn't a powerful moment from leading on from that.
Yeah.
He gets clattered in the head with that shield.
How did he not die? How's he not dead?
I don't know. I thought the same thing.
Yeah. But this may go back to the fact of like what we said about his Sam takes over the shield. He's not enhanced at this point. Yeah. And maybe, I mean, it will hurt. Don't get me wrong.
Oh, yeah.
Probably crack your head open, not just an ice pack. But yeah, that was just a funny bit. It was like dunk straight to the side to the end and he goes down. But yeah, that was quite a good moment when Zemo come out of nowhere and just started shooting Carly. I think he hits her twice or something, doesn't he? And
he was handcuffed, wasn't he? And he just slips away.
Yeah.
I know where you're going.
But the bit before that, obviously, Sam Wilson... what am I trying to say? Sam basically wins the argument, says he wants time alone to get through to her, and you don't have to be violence to solve this, basically.
Yeah.
This was really cool.
Yeah, and it's leading to the point where Sam's a good man, like Steve Rogers. You know what I mean? He doesn't have to.
Good man.
You're a good man. What does he say? Not a perfect soldier, but a good man.
Yeah.
But I think that's sort of leading towards that again. But yeah, so he's having a conversation with her. At one point, he even says, "I agree with what she wants," which I think that makes a great villain. Like, not saying she's a great villain at all, because she's not. But
I can't stand her.
I don't like it.
No, but the whole idea, like, it's not the same level of Killmonger and Thanos. Obviously, nowhere near that. But you like them because they've got a legit reason for doing what. Yeah, exactly that. They're doing, and what she, her whole thing is that when everyone disappeared in the 5-year gap, the world was a better place because everyone come together and helped each other. And now it's going back to borders being divided, people. So the whole thing behind it makes sense. You probably would.
Yeah.
And I think if you was one of the people left behind when, half the world disappeared, you probably would feel like we've had to do, like sort of like the guy in One Division, the general, I can't remember his name now, General, do you remember his name? I can't remember. Whatever. The general for Sword was sort of, he has a pop
Hayward.
Yes, General Hayward, yeah. He has a pop-up moniker because he's like, you didn't know what he's like when it was gone. So there was obviously tough times, and I that's what I mean. It makes it more relatable, like you said, and get on with it. And that's what Sam says. But then we get John Walker storming in, ruining the show, just wants to take her down.
Yeah.
And then we get the point where he discovers the super soldier serum. There's one vial left of it.
Yeah, because sorry to jump in, because he's breaking there, because with the Wakandan, what they call
Dora Milaje.
Dora Milaje.
I saw you skipped over that bit.
He couldn't handle himself.
Yeah,
and they're not even. And he says the line, they're not even enhanced, or they're not even super soldier, or something like that. And he knows he can't do it without that more. So his mind's just. You can see him losing it. You can just see him losing his mind.
And there's a bit where they're waiting while Sam's talking that he's just staring at the shield. He's like, just like breathing it out really heavy. And even Zemo looks over at him to one point, just like, he's not all there. There's a bit in that episode as well. I think it's just before the Dora Milaje comes in and before John Walker comes in. Bucky says, there's something not quite right with that man.
Yeah.
And Sam, I think he says, you think, sort of thing. Do you know what I mean? But we get the fight with Dora Milaje. I really like that. Thought that was good.
Cool. Yeah.
Really cool, yeah.
It's good. They can do some stuff, them, can't they?
They're straight up ready to kill people.
Yeah, fully. If he didn't have that shield, that spear was going right through his chest.
Even I think Sam at one point, I think they actually try and go for him with. It's really odd, but I enjoyed it.
It was quite cool when Io goes to stab him and Bucky just grabs the thing. But it's quite a good scene with Sam and Bucky. They're sort of almost taking the piss and they take the mick out. He's like going, what does he say? He's like, doing well, John, or something like that as he's getting battered. But then even in the background, Zemo's there with his little glass of whiskey.
Goes into the doors, shuts the doors.
And then just taking his arm off, just like that.
Yeah, that was weird, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was cool. That was quite good. A good moment, to be fair. And then obviously we get to the ending-ish bit. Obviously Zemo's escaped, done El Chapo. Sam said. And he gets to because I didn't realize until I watched the second time. Earlier on in that episode, he comes out of the bathroom of the shower as well. He's in the bath. He's in a robe, isn't he?
Oh
saying like, well, he's obviously in there for a while, whatever. But yeah, so we get to the bit later where so Carly wants to speak to Sam like one-on-one.
He's just threatened his sister, wasn't it, on the phone? Yeah.
And it makes sense when she said she was never going to do anything, but she wanted to get his attention. And then Sharon's tracking John Walker, and it's all a set up to
proper satellite.
Yeah, I know.
She does actually say like in a because I think I've got a couple of satellites I can still do. But anyway, so she so she's tracking John Walker, and so the idea is to distract them while they kill Captain America, which I think would be good for everyone if he was dead. However, unbeknown to her, he has taken the serum, obviously. And then Battlestar, what is his name? Is it Hoskins?
Lamar Hoskins.
Hoskins, yeah. He's taken away, and you first get the signs of a super because he sort of hears the enhanced hearing and whatever. And then Falcon turns up, and then John Walker just boots this guy down a flight of stairs, like flying.
Yeah.
I know, actually, before that, he throws a shield and it gets embedded right in the wall, and you're like, see, if you would have done it to Zemo earlier, head off.
Yeah.
But so he's taking it, and he's not pulling his punches at all. He's dude, when he's fighting like that, he actually looks pretty good.
Yeah.
It's like Captain America in inverted commas.
Well, he should be. I know Bucky's got a vibranium arm, but obviously he's got the shield. He should be able to take on Bucky, really, because they're both army trained. Like, he's a clearly well trained armed marine or whatever he is. So he's got all the training. Now this super soldier serum. That's exactly what Bucky was, just from World War II, whatever it was. So that will be a really good matchup.
Yeah.
I know obviously Falcon will be helping Bucky, but I'm looking forward to seeing that go down, which I think is going to be pretty much instant.
Oh, it seems it.
Yeah.
So then we got after that, obviously Falcon realizes he's taken a bit. He says, "What did you do?" Yeah, and he bends the classic strongman thing, and it bend the gun in half. It's a very Superman. Anyone show someone strong, they bend a shotgun.
Always a crowbar about,
or something like that. Anything like that. And then we get what I thought was really good fight scene with like Captain America and Bucky and Sam all fighting. The cool thing with Bucky with a knife was
brilliant,
very reminiscent of Winter Soldier, really good. And then all this time, Battlestar's escaped his little handcuffs or whatever ties he had round. John Walker's about to be dead. That's no ifs, buts, or maybe. He's about to be dead. And then Battlestar intervenes and then gets brutally killed.
Yeah.
Like, brutally.
It is very brutal.
Yeah. Completely slammed against. I thought for a moment that he had taken it as well. And it was going to be revealed. Right. He was just going to wait, like, sort of. I think possibly it could still happen. Who knows? But yeah, he gets thrown against like a pillar, but like you hear like back breaking, neck breaking, or whatever.
I reckon he was dead before he even hit the pillar.
There's a punch.
Yeah,
that's the chest.
Because there's a bit earlier on in the episode, when they confront that Carly at the funeral of her sort of mum, surrogate mum sort of thing, where Carly just bangs John Walker and he flies back in with a shield and knocks Sam over and that. So yeah, I think you're probably right. I think he was dead. But and then obviously the whole bit like Invincible. I think all the sound just stops and Sam, Bucky is just staring. Even Carly and her other bods,
don't realise what they've done. I think.
Yeah, she realises,
and then and she quite rightly shits herself.
Oh yeah,
and she runs off. They all run off and leave, and then John Walker goes a bit insane. Very, very cool scene when he jumped through the window and just landed after
the superhero land.
It was everyone's got to have it. Yeah, everyone's got to have it. And then he's chasing the guy. He throws like that. I really like that concrete block when he throws a block at him and he just smashed it like as if it wasn't anything. And he asks like, "Where is she?" Very like Batman. Heath Ledger Joker. Where's Rachel? But yeah, really cool scene. And then we get the moment and. This is the moment of the series.
Yes.
And it was shocking, where it parallels with the Steve Rogers Iron Man fight where he's smashing his chest, but he knows when to stop. He's disabled Iron Man in Civil War, doesn't need to do anything more. Not John Walker. No. He is going, he pretty much just, I don't know if he's smashed his head in or smashed his chest in or whatever, but there's a lot of blood.
Yeah.
A lot of blood. What did you think of that scene?
It was shocking, like you said. I think he smashes his chest.
He looks it.
And the fact that he doesn't let up,
Yeah.
I think he's a man unhinged. He's lost his head. And you know it's going to really kick off because every single person had their phone out.
Yeah.
So
they make a point of showing
Yeah.
someone actually videoing it.
Yeah.
It's called, this episode's called The World is Watching
That's
as well.
it, yeah.
So,
Yeah.
really cool.
And you don't even see any remorse on his face afterwards. He sort of looks around, and it's like Homelander. Do you know when Homelander looks around?
Yeah.
It's like he doesn't care. I got sort of it's reminiscent of that.
Yeah.
Really good
A
scene.
few people made some comparisons to that, yeah.
I've seen that,
It's good.
I think you're a little bit away off Homelander. I think you got a few more people to kill.
Yeah.
But yeah, I loved it. Everything about that scene from the moment Lamar gets clarted in the chest to the moment it has that shot from the ground up and he's got the shield. Like you said, Con, it looks like at first I think he's realised like a little bit and he looks around and sees everyone. But then he puts the shield in front of him as if to say, like, no.
I feel like he looks like he's proud.
Yeah,
like,
that's
quite pleased with what he did.
I agree.
Yeah.
And then it obviously Carly was watching as well, and a good little thing from that episode. The guy, I can't remember his name, the guy who he kills early on in the episode says, "I used to look up to Captain America. He was my hero." And there's a good parallel where he's actually looking
that's
up
cool.
at John Walker, throwing the shield at him. It's like, well, don't meet your heroes.
I did. That's really cool. I missed that.
I didn't really clock it, but I saw it about, and he
really
says
cool.
it earlier on to Carly, and
saying
then he's like literally looking up at him as he's slamming down a shield. That was quite cool. But then obviously you get Carly there, and she runs off, just leaves basically.
Shoots herself.
Yeah, well, you would.
Yeah.
And then you've got Bucky and Sam there basically knowing like, what the fuck have you done?
I think Bucky, which you can sense from the mid-season trailer,
Yeah,
the
so
anger.
do you want to talk about that? So there was a mid-season trailer today. And,
we didn't speak about it, did we? So, as I think you said it before, it's a lot of recap. We've seen a lot of it, but then the main bit of this mid-season trailer, which is hyping up, is looks like the confrontation between the three, which is John Walker, Bucky, and Sam. And it looks like, I think it's pretty much going to be straight after that event.
Yeah.
And
there's a scene just before,
the
scene just before is the image that we posted where he's
that's true,
crouched down holding a shield with blood over it,
and Bucky is going to more so than Sam because he's already mentioned what that shield means to Bucky, and it's Cap's legacy and stuff. So for you to just kill someone in front of the world with Cap's shield, which he's worked hard and dedicated his life to be, that is going to piss Bucky off.
He's sold the name of Captain America now, hasn't he?
So the whole thing, like what was in the trailers and what the taglines was the legacy, and it's all about the legacy of the shield, and that is shits all over it.
And the rest,
And let's not get it wrong, because people make me laugh on social media. It's like saying everyone's shocked about the brutality of the kin of it, but let's not get it wrong. Captain America killed a shit ton of people.
Yeah, there's a difference. Yeah,
there is a difference, but he brought down 3 helicarriers that had hundreds of people on it.
Yeah.
So
I think it's about mercy.
it is about that.
He also throws a motorbike into a car full of people in Age of Ultron.
Yeah.
He's not. He throws someone off the helicarrier in Age of Ultron in the first Avengers as well. So you're completely right. He kills, but to execute someone,
that's what it was. Execution. That's the difference.
He was literally begging, wasn't he? Yeah. So
and he'd already, like we said earlier on about the Civil War fight of Iron Man, he disabled him. He didn't have to do the rest. But that end of the trailer, the new little mid-season trailer, where John Walker says to them both, "You don't want to do this," and then Bucky just says, "Yes, we do." I really liked that moment.
It's going to be a very good fight scene.
I think so. I think the choreography for it's going to be
I wonder if they'll do a little bit of like Bucky and Cap in Civil War, that shot from behind with Iron Man. I think you're going to see some moments between using it. I think they're going to be using the shield. I think they're going to take the shield off him. Probably, maybe John Walker will probably win at the beginning or something because he is good.
Yeah,
remember he's a very good Marine that's now enhanced with a vibranium shield, so he's going to hold his own. But then, as you said, they're going to work together using the shield. Another little tease: who's going to be Cap, sort of thing.
We know.
Yeah, we know. Yeah. But it's going to be very good. And now, what I love about this week, I was straight Invincible straight away.
Yeah.
Now I don't know what I'm going to watch first.
Yeah.
No, I'm watching Falcon.
No, I know you. I know you.
I was going to anyway, but this one, this episode surely has to pick up from that exact scene.
Yeah.
And I think it's going to boot off between the three of them very soon after it starts.
But what I mean is, I was enjoying it, you know what I mean? But I'm really, that's what I love about it, because this week, no question in doubt, I was invincible straight away. Got lucky, it was a very good episode. But yeah, now I probably will watch Falcon and Winter Soldier first, because it was such a good ending, and I want to see what happens after that event. So
See, my question is to both of you, is that obviously the original trailers and the very first 20-second, 30-second snippet from Super Bowl 2 years ago was the scene with Sam throwing the shield into the tree, and Sam and Bucky having a little bit of banter around the shield bit and that. So this episode looks like they're going to fight. I don't think they're going to kill John Walker. I don't think that's what's going to happen. I think I said to Connor earlier, actually, I think he's going to be a character just out there, because he's basically a bad Captain America. He's in the the Thunderbolts team as well,
which
like
they're teasing a lot.
which is like Red Hulk and all stuff like that. Anyway, I think he's going to remain, but where did you think this series goes after they get the shield? Because obviously, them bits you've seen in the trailers is going to be in either this one or the final one. I don't think it's going to be in the final one, because I think he'll be fully ready to go, Sam, with the shield in the final one. So I think that's going to be in this one. But after you get rid of John Walker, where does this series go?
I think if the power broker's big,
the
power broker, it's got.
That's the point I'm leading to. I think that the power broker, because they haven't really done much.
This is a good point.
They haven't really done much. That Carly said she'll deal with the power broker when the time's right or needs to.
Yeah. So
that I really think this big surprise is the power broker and who it is. And I think that's where this series goes.
That's a really good point, because I think you're struggling as well, Con, with it. Not struggling, but I completely agree and understand their motives, which is quite good in Flag Smashers. But that if they got rid of John Walker, which them three and their interactions is what's keeping this alive. That was a really good show. If that goes, like you say, in this episode, and you're left with how many episodes after this? One
after this
finale. One, if it's just about them and Carly, that hasn't got enough punch.
That's poor.
It makes sense that maybe it is going to be a power broker play or something.
It's one of the things I've just mentioned too many times now, and there's obviously this bigger power at play in there, which everyone seems to be scared of as well. So it's got to be someone big.
Yeah,
Magneto. He's coming. John Krasinski.
I don't want to be let down.
No, I don't.
I've got from what Feige said about they're not going to have cataclysmic elements in these shows.
That's the thing,
That might have been damage control, as we've alluded to and laughed at before, but I'm a little bit skeptical in terms of how big these series are going to be. So I
think we'll know by the end of.
Agreed.
Because the thing is with Loki, that Loki series, that's not going to have an effect on things, because it's alternative, so they can do what the fuck they like. It is, but he can do whatever he likes. But this one, I think it's had a big effect with the whole shield thing and making Sam Captain America. If it is Sam, it is Sam. But when it is,
it will end with the full-on Falcon suit.
Well, the toy that was released looks very.
We're going to get that. Probably you might even do that in the last episode.
This is what I'm saying. I think episode 6, the final one, will be he's full on the new Captain America and doing whatever he needs to do.
I would have been more pleased if the Carly arc ended this episode, and I hope it ends the next episode, because I really don't think they can go into. I think the end, the finale has to be John Walker v the others. It's got to be that arc. I don't really want to see the Carly arc.
I completely agree.
I don't want to see Sam and Carly in a finale. Do you know what I mean? I want to see John Walker and.
The other thought I had is that she's got a group of, I don't know how many is left now. 4 of them who are all super soldiers.
Yeah.
They surely by the end of the series they've all got to be dead.
Well,
Otherwise you can't just have these random 4
out there,
super soldiers just running about doing whatever they like. They've got to be dead. I just think they've got to be dead.
I think US agent or whether he becomes that in this, or he's got a bigger part to play. And like you say, maybe he does kill, because they're not a match for Bucky or US agent, are they? Clearly, like they're just people that have been enhanced but don't really know. I know
they're just any random.
They do a few
people
flips. I've seen a few flips, but they're just randoms. These are trained killing people that just like get off me. Yeah. So I think, like you said, maybe he kills them all.
I think. Well, it's very similar to the end of Civil War. You know, when there's Zemo has the other 5 super soldiers who are like Bucky trained, weren't they?
Yeah, Winter Soldiers.
And he just bullet to head, because they all just die from a bullet to head. Like Steve Rogers dies from a bullet to head. They don't survive that. But that little shield protects you a lot. But that'll do for me. I can't wait for the next one.
I'm very, very excited. I'm glad. I knew I would anyway, but I was obviously I had my struggles with it. But this episode was everything I come for. Look, the whole story, regardless of me saying I was surprised again that we're over halfway and it was still a heavy story with not as much action as I was thought I was gonna get. I really enjoyed all of it, the story. So I don't mind it, and I feel like it works. Yes, I'm not enjoying the flag smashers that much, but the series is working, and I feel like they may have kicked off, and the pace may be perfect if it ends really well in these last 2 episodes. And then I've got to say fair play.
As well,
yeah.
So that's all I've got to say.
Yeah, looking forward to it. Scraps?
Yeah.
Bunch of scraps!
Scrappy scraps.
I've actually got none. So
I've got a couple. You got any?
I've got none.
Ooh,
All on you, Carl.
The light's on you.
I always try and get scraps. So first scrap, pose a question for you.
Oh.
President Dwayne Johnson? So there was a poll, I think it was 46% of Americans would like to see Dwayne Johnson as president. And then good old Dwayne comes out with an Instagram post saying, if it ever happens, I'd love to do it.
Hey, if Donald Trump can become president, fine.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I mean, it don't affect us, so close to it.
Yeah.
We've mentioned this before, and like in a joke way, but true. That will happen in our lifetime.
Yeah.
I guarantee you, The Rock will run for president.
Well, Ronald Reagan done it. He was an actor.
Yeah.
So I just think and it was a really cool post he done as well. The Rock basically saying that I don't think the founding fathers would have expected a 6'4", half black, half Samoan, tequila drinking pickup driver kick just really, really cool post.
Yeah.
But he basically just said, "I'm on."
You said you had Ronald Reagan as president. We've had Arnold Schwarzenegger as governor of California. Fine, put him in.
Bring it on.
He can't be worse, can he?
No, he can't. But imagine if he does shit and you can't hate him though.
I think they'll turn.
And final scrap, just with the Oscars coming up, I thought I'll put this in. It's a 19-year anniversary of one of the greatest films ever made, Bend It Like Beckham. So, yeah.
Fantastic.
Great scrap.
Happy
Great
anniversary.
scrap.
Brilliant. That's the show.
Cool.
Yeah, I do. So check us out on Instagram and on Twitter at Weekly Cut. Obviously, there's a YouTube thing, but I guess if you're listening, you probably know. Yeah. But all the links are on both Instagram and Twitter. So, yeah, thanks for listening.
Thank you.
Appreciate it, guys. See you next week.
Bye.